Hi everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the class. So today in the class we are going to discuss two topics. First of all is string functions. We are going to discuss. Okay, and in the second half of the class we are going to discuss joints. Okay, so these are the two topics for today. You have the data set. If you go to the drive in the class 10, I have uploaded the data set. Please download it and create in your systems. So just to show, go to drive, and here in class 10 strings and joins, you will see class 10 data. Open this file and create this data set. Okay. And also download this PDF. Like you can download all the files. We'll be needing them in the class. Once everyone is done, please let me know. Is everyone done with it? Can I begin the session?
So just a minute.
You will see this data sample strings. You should be able to see. Has everyone created the data set? Okay, so let's begin. So in the drive, you will see this data class 10, and in that you have this sample strings data. So in the first half, as discussed in the first half of the class, we are going to discuss string functions, and in the second part, we will discuss the joins. Okay, so let's start with it. So far we have covered majority of the part like aggregation, some so what all we have done? We have done aggregation, we have done order of execution, and we did dates as well, right? So we have covered. Now comes a very important part in the sense that lot not all of the data is text. When you see in the databases, there's a lot of textual data that you will have to deal with. Okay, and a lot of times you need to do some manipulation around the textual data. So through string functions, we will learn a lot of techniques which are there. The main thing is that there are some basic functions which you need to remember. Some you may not remember, but you should know something like this is there, right? And whenever you face some like work in office or in general, you can just check on Google and get to know those functions, how they work, and you will be fine with it. Okay, so let's begin with it. If you see, we have uh, these many concatenation function, length function, substring, replace. We will go through each of them one by one through a. So if you see in the PPT, there are questions. We will understand each of them through questions. Okay. So we'll see the question, we'll see the function, and we will see how it works. And also I've added that because these function can vary in different SQL databases, So Postgres, MySQL, I've added as much as I could research about it, but still parallelly keep on checking. If there is some variation, you can let me know, or you can just update your whatever notes you are creating. Okay. So let's start working on this. First of all is concatenation function. So what does concatenation do is, can someone tell me what is the meaning of concatenation?
So basically, it joins two or more like a string.
Yes. So what does concatenation do? Suppose you have two variables, okay, and let's say there is a variable v1 and you have a variable v2, okay. Let's say this contains the text ABC, this contains the text DEF. You want to create a new column which is ABCDEF. So let's say you want to create a column V3 which basically add them, or maybe something like, so it could be ABCDEF, okay. Or you can also add something like this, ABCDEF. So basically when you add two strings, okay, two or multiples, you can add multiple strings. I mean, I'm just taking an example of two strings, but you can add multiple. You can add, let's say, 10 variables. You can concatenate them and create a new variable. Okay, so we're going to learn that particular part, that how to basically create. So if we read the first question here, the first question says that combine the string value and additional string columns with a hyphen separator. Display the result as a combined string. So if you see in the data set, we have ID, we have a string value, and we have additional string, and we have some score. So what are they asking? They're asking that combine the string value and additional string columns with a hyphen separator. Okay. So how do you? So what technically I need to do? I need to take, if you clearly notice, I need to take the left column, that is suppose v1, plus I need to add a hyphen, okay, plus I need to add v third character, and this will become v1 v2, something like this it will come. Okay, so this is what my task is. So for this let's check out the function. If you see, you can use concatenation function, or you can use, so I think in MySQL also, this in both, I think Postgre and MySQL, you will see concatenate function, and there will be double pipe operator which we can use to basically uh, create these kind of things. So let's do one thing. Let's go to the to the SQL Server. So what we will do, first of all, so question one is concatenation. Okay, concatenation. So how we can concatenate? What we will do, I will suppose I want to take this. So I'll say select what is my first column here, string value, right? So I will take string underscore value. After that, I want to add. So what I will do, I will do two these are called pipe operators. Okay, so I will say this, and after this I want to add a hyphen. Now hyphen is basically a character space, or you can say a special case. So for them also we need these kind of inverted codes, and I will use this. Okay, so this means I'm adding a hyphen. You can also add slash, you can add a, b, c, anything you can add. We will check it out. So we will do this. After this you will again copy this hyphen. Okay, now what is my third variable? My third part is additional string variable which I'm taking. So additional underscore string. Okay, so this is something I've taken the left variable. Pipe means adding, so I'm adding it to this, then I'm adding it to this, and then I'm creating. So basically technically these three things I'm adding, and you can name as, for example, concatenated 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 underscore string from sample underscore strings. Just let me confirm the table name. Sample strings, not sample strings. Okay. So if I run this code, let's see what comes. So you see, I have got something like this. It has joined both the columns with a hyphen. Suppose I add multiple hyphens here. Let's say I'll do something like this. So I'll get something like this. Okay. Now this is optional. I mean, you can simply copy these two as well. So for example, it is not mandatory that you add a hyphen. Suppose you don't want hyphen. So what will you do? You will remove this part. You have just added two variables and they are becoming this. So here what is happening? You have just added them. Okay. Suppose you want a space. So what you can do? You can give two spaces here. So you will do space. So now a space is created. Okay. So this is one method to do this. Okay.
Sir, in this method, I'm getting zero. I'm not getting the concatenate two column strings. Like I'm just getting zero.
Are you using the right variable name? Are you which SQL
Yes,
are you
sir.
using?
MySQL.
So for MySQL, it will not work.
It will not work. So basically, I have to use a concat function.
I,
Concatenate
I,
function.
I will teach. I will teach.
Sorry, sir.
So this is the first method. Second method is using the concatenate function. So instead of pipe operator, you can also use concatenate function. So what we will do, we'll do select. There's a keyword concat. Okay. I'll use concat, and in the bracket, I need to find in the order I'm concatenating, I need to pass the variable. For example, my first variable is string value. So I will say string value. Okay. So this is my string value, which is my first variable, comma. My second part is what? Second, if I want a space, I will provide that. How to provide a space or hyphen? I'll take quotes and I will do this. Okay. And what is my third part? Third is the variable that I created. So as I said, you can concatenate as many values as you want, as concatenated string. So uh, concatenated string from sample strings. So this is the third part. Now, if you run this, you will see this part. So this works for MySQL. This works. These both work in PostgreSQL. So I'm just pasting the value. Just please try on your systems and let me know if you are able to get it. So this is the first function for today, that is concatenate function, how you can concatenate multiple. I just showed you example of two strings. You can add as many strings in that order. Okay. Any doubt, and just please do on your systems and let me know if you're able to do it. And if there is any doubt, please let me. So you can choose any method that you want. For Postgres, this option is also there, and otherwise you can simply use concatenate function. So let me tell you, question will not be directly asked that okay, concatenate string. You sometimes you will have to think what you can do. This can sometimes act as a strategy. Suppose you want to create a primary key, something like that. So there, this concept is useful. Okay, so some lot of time don't expect that it is directly mentioned in the question that okay, concatenate the strings. You will need to think, can I do something like this? Okay, so shall I move ahead? Is everyone good with it? Okay, now let's study about the second function, that is the length function. So second question, if you see, find the length of each string in terms of characters. So for example, if I see my database, so question 2 is length function. It is pretty straightforward. So for, let's say we have select star from sample strings. Okay, so let's say I'm running this. So I have got this particular, I want the length of this particular variable. Okay, so length will basically return you the number of characters. Okay, number of characters. So for example, how can we use length? It is same. It works for both MySQL and Postgres as far as I know. So let's say I do select string underscore value. okay, comma, length of, suppose I want length of this variable, string value, okay, as string underscore length from sample strings. So this will give me the length of that particular character. So see, it has given me, there are 12 characters here, so, right? So this is something that it works for both MySQL and PostgreSQL. You can get length of any variable. Suppose you create a you created a concatenated string. You just run length function on this variable as well. You will be able to get. Suppose you want select length of this as concatenated string underscore length from sample strings. So when you run this, you'll be able to get it. So this is something you can use anywhere. Any question? Is everyone able to get this on their systems? Let's move to the next function, that is substring. So what does substring function do is, for example, let us say you have a string. Let's call it, let's say you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Suppose this is a string. You want something like this. You want, let's say, this from this, but you want to extract this particular string from this. So what is substring? That it says that give me a starting point, okay, that from where do you want to extract, and then give me the length of how much length do you want. Okay, for example, one, remember this is SQL, so here things start with 1. In Python things start with 0, so don't get confused. So 1 2 3 4, so this is the fourth number. Okay, so you will say substring 4, then you will say how much length. Suppose you want of length 4, this, then you will mention length 4. So what it will give you, it will give you D, E, F, G. Okay, this is what we are going to see, that in substring you provide the variable name, then you provide the starting point, and then you provide the length, that of how much length do you want to basically extract. Okay, so let's read this question that we have here. Question says extract the first 5 characters from the string value column. Okay, you want to extract first 5 characters. So let's go to the PostgreSQL. Now remember this, I think this works for both MySQL and PostgreSQL. So how will you do this? You will say select, just give basically. Okay, so you will say select string value, that is a string variable name. Okay, now after this I want to use the function substring. This function is called substring. Okay, this is a keyword. Now what you need to do here, first the first variable you need to provide the variable name. So suppose I want to concatenate string value, so I will say this. After this I need to tell the starting point, so I'll say starting point is 1, and then I need to tell the length. Okay, and suppose this is as a substring underscore value, from sample strings. Now once you run this, see, wait a second, big T. Yeah, if you see data science, it has picked first 5 characters. So data space, right? So space is also considered a character. That's why it is coming. Big data, then this is also like 5 characters are coming. So suppose you want to extract from third character up to 5 length, right? So you can change with it here. So you can simply play with it. See, these values you will keep on getting.
So what if we don't give the starting position and just give the end position, just like in? It will take the ending of 5 characters.
Last 5.
Last 5, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Actually, it's not taking the
No,
last
but
5. It's taking
science is not
the
taking, right. Science is not
Sorry?
last 5 characters. Science in the first value, science is not, it was not displaying the first 5 characters, last 5 characters, right?
It eliminates first 5 characters.
It is no. It is, wait a second. Just let me confirm. If you don't provide cleaning, yeah, it is eliminating the first 5 characters. Yes. Sorry, my bad. So if I take 1, it is giving me this.
it's not eliminating also. It's taking only 4 characters eliminating and giving fifth onwards.
So see, basically what is happening, technically nothing, why is it happening? You have to pass 2 values. Right? You have to pass a starting point, right? And you have to pass a ending point. Length, basically. You have to pass this. Okay. So right now I have not passed anything. Now whatever the first number I pass, it will consider that as starting point, right? So let's say I pass 7. It will think, okay, 7 is the starting point. After that, I have not provided any value. So it will assume that I have to return everything after that.
Okay. 5, 6, 7. C onwards must be. Yeah. Got.
Right?
So it's taking 7th onwards, right?
It's taking everything on from 7, from 7th. Okay. Think logically. Logically, how it works, because it expects 2 value. Now, if you're not providing second value, it is not throwing an error. It will display everything.
Is this required, that string value?
This is variable name. How will you tell it that which variable to substring?
Okay.
If you don't tell this, how will it get to know which variable to substring?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So the second variable is optional. So the length is optional. If you don't provide a length, it will take everything from that. So suppose, just think like this. I have not given anything right now. So let's see what it. So it expects a variable. Okay, it expects some argument. So I think the starting point is mandatory, and the length is optional. Yes. Is it clear?
Yes.
So please keep this in your note that second length is optional. Second part is length is optional. Starting point is mandatory. Okay. All clear? Shall I move towards the next one?
Satvi, just wanted to know, like, let's say we started with, let's say DE or anything like that, and we want to skip some of the words in between, and then we go for the next letter. So how can we do that things?
For that, there is separate thing. I'll tell. Suppose you want to basically skip something, right?
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
only
yeah.
sometimes we use regex for that, and there is some other function. I'll teach you. I'll teach you that. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so for that we need to learn like couple of more functions. Then I will tell you. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's go to the fourth function, that is that is replace. Okay. So how does replace work is that, suppose in this data science you want to replace data with some other word. Okay. uh, let's say you want to replace data with information, or big with small, let's say small data, something like that you want to do. So there you use the concept of replace. So how does replace work? That replace the word data in with information, right, as I mentioned. So how will do replacement part is, there's a replace function. It is present in both MySQL and PostgreSQL. So you do select. So let's copy this. Okay. Now, instead of this, I'll say replace. Okay. First, I need to mention the variable name where I want to. So I'll say string underscore value. Okay. And the next part is what I want to replace. So what I want to replace, and with what. Okay. So technically it means first part is what I want to replace, second is with what do I want to replace. So let us say in this I want to replace big with small. So what will I do? I'll say replace big, okay, with, I need to replace it with small. Okay. This as paste underscore string from sample strings. Okay. Now let's run this. So see, big has been replaced by small. Okay. So you can, depending upon whatever you want to replace, you can do that. Is it clear?
Sir, I'm not getting up just because we have put the column them inside the replace the string value, and we have given the initial two values that replace big with small, right? So I thought that if we are giving like a particular value like that is small, so it will not change in an entire like row of values. It will just change where there is a two values that is big and small, where there is a
It
like
will
value.
go to every row of the column, and wherever it finds big, it will replace with small.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Any doubt, anyone? It's not changing the original data. What you're doing, you're replacing and you're creating a new variable. See, this is my original column, this is my new column, right? So if you are creating a new column, it will not change your original data. Is it clear? How to change for a single row? So you can put a where condition, right? For example, let's say from this, where id equal to 1. So it will change only for that. For example, where let's say what all variables are there. Select star from sample strings where id equal to 1. Suppose you run this, or let's say for id 1 there is let me check 2 row. So like let's change data with some other value, for example. Okay, suppose we are changing with this. Now what should happen? It should change for the first row but not for the second row, correct? So when you run this code, it will change for the first row, for second it will not. So whatever change you have done, it will show you. For other columns it will not change. Okay.
So we need to give the condition, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, select statement. No, it's not like that. That select statement does not change the data. If you are working on that particular variable, it will change. Suppose, let's say I take string value. Whatever new variable, I just replace it with this variable name only, right? So it will replace that, or it will try to create a duplicate one. No, but it can be replaced. I mean, it can be replaced. Data can be edited, but depends upon if you have access to change the data.
My question is like already
Uh,
existing table won't change. It will just add up or create a new column or
Yes, yes. For that, you need to update the table. For that, you need to update the table. That will not be. There is a query called update that you need to do. Then only you can change the data of the main table. Is it clear?
In which case we need to do update? Can you please repeat that part?
Update is suppose you want to change the main table. Then you use update.
Means any data in any particular row or something.
Any row, any column. Suppose you want to change the value of the original data, then you do.
So update table, that query we need to use.
Yes. Update table. Then set something like that. Whatever you change.
Okay, so those DML queries we need to do data manipulation.
Yes. Those are data manipulation languages. Yes.
Yeah.
So create update. So update commands need to be used there.
So we are going to see those later, sir.
Haven't I taught update command yet?
I think I wasn't there for first 2 lectures.
I'm not sure. Can someone confirm if I have taught update commands?
no.
No.
I haven't taught. Okay. Yeah, I'll cover that.
No.
Small part only. It's not. I'll tease that. Okay. So this is it. Now suppose someone asked me, right, that here that suppose I want to do a select. So based on whatever I've taught you, okay, tell me. Suppose I have a column. Let's say in this column, select star from. Okay, this is the table, right? I want to extract. I want to get suppose second, third. Someone asked me this question, right? 7th, 8th characters, right? Characters as one string. Can you guys do it? Based on we can do through some other functions as well, as I mentioned regex, but even we can do without that, like there through some logic based on whatever I've taught you. Can you create? So what I mean to say, for example, data science, right? So for data science, if you see data space science, it should give me for the second character a t. Okay, a t. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. CI. It should give me this. And for others as well. So I want 2378 characters at place this. I want them. So how can you do this? You can do this based on whatever I have taught you so far in today's class. Think and please do it yourself. Let me know. This is an exercise. Did you get the question completely right?
No, sir. Can you just please repeat the question again? Can you explain it again?
I want that
Yeah.
you want to create I want to create a new variable where I get second, third, seventh, and eighth position characters from this in one string. So, like for example, for data science, it will show this. For big data, what it will show, let's say for the second row, big data, it will show what is that second number. It is I, and at third it is G. Fifth, sixth, seventh A. So it will show TA, something like this. IGTA. Did you get it? How can you do this? Anyone who is able to do this? So I got one answer. Let's see if it is correct or not. What about others? Guys, any thought? How shall we do it? So basically what we need to do, we need to get characters at place 2 and 3 and characters at place 7 and 8. Okay. So step 1 will be get characters at space 2 and 3. Okay. Get character at 7, 8 position. Suppose you got this. Then can we concatenate them? Then concatenate all these to create a new variable. That's what we need to do. So what I mean to say is, suppose let me take concatenation from here. Okay. Or let's do one thing. Select string underscore value concat string underscore value. Suppose, so how to get character at space 2 and 3? I'll start with 2, and what is the length? Length is 2. As, let's say, first part. This is as first underscore part. Okay. From sample strings. Now when I will run this, I'll get okay, let me just remove this. Data science. Sorry, I need to get the substring. Sorry, I missed the. Sorry, I used string underscore value. Okay, I will use substring. So comma substring, then string value
2,
starting 2, ended 2. Okay, with length of 2. I mean, so I got the first 2 part. And how do I get the second part? So this is my first variable. Now I will use for the second. The second part will come from here. I will say it starts at 7 and it has a length of 2. So I'll say this is second part. Okay. So I got this particular. Now eventually what I want to do, I want to concatenate all of this. Okay. So I will do concat this with this as concat underscore string from this. Now let me run this. Wait a second. Select this.
Sir, double brackets.
It will be. Wait a second. Just a second. Select concat substring value 2, comma substring value this.
Concat bracket में से
as concat string. So see, we got this, what I wanted. Okay. So first of all, you needed to do substring, then you need to do concatenation over it. So that's how you will do 2, 2, because no, we need 2 characters. I mentioned I need 2, 3, 7, 8 characters at 2, 3. What does it mean? It starts at 2, finishes at 3. It means the length is 2. Starts at 7 and also 8. It means I need 2 characters. So the length is 2. Yes, that's what I mentioned. 2, 3 means length of 2. 7, 8 means length of 2. Any doubt, anyone? I have pasted the query. Check this. Next, we will move to upper and lower case. Upper and lower case. Suppose I want to convert everything to upper and lower case. There is simple upper function, upper and lower function. So convert to upper and lower case, right? question number 5, how I'm going to do, simply take select string underscore value. Okay. If I say upper and I pass the variable inside this. Okay. And let's say I do lower as well. And I pass the value this from sample strings. Okay. So upper will convert every character to uppercase, lower will convert everything to lowercase. See, this was a sentence case which has mixed of capital and lower. This is totally uppercase, this is totally lowercase. So that's how you can do upper and lowercase. Just this function, upper and lower, will be used. Okay. So this is question number 5. Is this clear to everyone? I mean, these are just the basic queries which you should know how to use them. Basically, you should know how to use them. Okay. All good, everyone? Any doubt? Okay. So let's move towards the next function, that is trim function. So this is also very important. Trim function. This is used in data cleaning. A lot of times your data right now you won't see, but a lot of time your data has additional spaces. Okay. From the beginning and the end. So basically at the start or towards the end, there are a lot of white spaces at times. So suppose you want to get rid of them. For example, can someone tell me where does this come, extra white space?
Like in between two characters, like in string value data sign.
Example, you declare a variable as char of 50 length. Okay. And you have only given 20 length to it. So remaining 30 will be spaces. Okay. So suppose you just give a word ABC. Now all the remaining words, for example, will be everything will be space. You might not be able to see this, but it will be space. If you want to cut short, it is we use trim function for that. Okay. So how is trim function used? We will say select, let's say variable name. Then I will say trim and just pass the value, variable name, suppose string value. Okay. From sample string. So it will automatically delete the space from the front and the back of that of your particular query. Right now there is no space, so you might not see any change, but in like you can test on
So we can see in Excel, right? Like
in Excel. I'm talking about here. So you can see, I mean, the length and everything, so you'll be able to see that. This is specifically used when you are suppose performing joins. So suppose one variable in one column, the variable is let's say the key. For example, you're performing joins. Okay. One column. So let's say column 1 has value, suppose as 1, 2, 3, and column 2. Let's say column 2 has something like, for example, let's say 1, and there is space, for example, like this, and there is 2, after 2 also there is some space. I'm just adding this to show space. I mean, in reality you might not be able to see that directly. You will have to check length and all that to see that. Right now when you perform a join, these two will never match, right? Because this one is different from this. Okay. So what you do, you perform a trim operation on both of the columns so that you match on the real value only. We will see this when we study joins, but just try to understand that what does trim function do. Okay.
Actually, trim will remove the spaces, right? You said.
Yeah, spaces. That's what I said.
But if we have any like at the rate symbol or
for that there are separate things. You need to use regex for that.
what is that?
Regex, regular expressions.
Regular expressions. So
okay. This is trim functions. Okay. Now let's talk about reverse. So reverse is also pretty straightforward. What does it do? It reverses the string. Suppose you want to check whether something is palindrome or not. How to do that? You will take the variable, instead of trim, you will say reverse. Okay. Now, once you run this query, you will see everything in the reverse order. Clear? For safe case, you should use trim for joins. Yes. Let's move to the next function. If someone has any doubt, do let me know. Okay, because these are basic functions. I'm not spending much time. Now let's talk about repeat. Six. So this was 7th. This is 8th. Repeat function. So what does repeat function do? That, for example, you want to repeat some of the words again and again. So for example, the values you want to repeat. Let's say you want to repeat data science 3 times inside this column. So what you will do, you will simply say select string underscore value. Then you will say repeat. Okay. First of all, you provide the variable name or whatever string name you want to create, comma. After that, how many times you want to repeat? Suppose I want to repeat it 3 times. Okay. Then I will say, okay, from sample strings. So what it will do, it will repeat the value inside this particular column that many times. So if you see, everything is getting repeated those many times. These are just straightforward functions. You should know simply how to use them. Repeat is used to repeat values. Again, no one is directly going to say to use repeat function. You will need to think, can I do something like this to come up to solve this particular question, right? So these are basically just your tools that you should know that these things are possible in SQL. And once you get to know some scenarios, then there you can use it. Okay. So once you start doing some advanced questions, then you will see a lot of applications of these functions. Now next come to pad strings. Okay, padding strings. So what does padding mean? For example, so there are 2 types of padding: left padding and right padding. That suppose you have a value stored in a column. While data cleaning, trim is used because, yes, while data cleaning, trim is used a lot of times. It's very important function. So what is padding? Suppose you have a column here, okay? And it has rows. Suppose there's a value, let's say data. Now what do you want to do? You want to pad left and right side of it with some pattern or character. For example, suppose you want to say that, okay, toward the left of it, I should have some star. Okay. And right of it, I should have some, let's say, question mark, something like this. Basically, your pad, or you want to pad with some spaces, you want to pad with some characters. So there are 2 type of thing. One is left pad. This is called L pad. Okay. And this is called right pad. Okay. So you can do this padding thing through functions. So let me show you how to do this. So first is left pad and second is right pad. So how to do left pad? You will simply say select, it says string underscore value, comma, 𝗏pad. It means you're padding something to the left. So what you will say, you'll say, let's say I have this column string value. Okay. Now I want, after this, you need to mention up to how many lengths you want to pad. For example, 1, 2, 3, 1 or 2 or 3. Let's say I want to pad up to 10 spaces. Okay. Then with what value do you want to pad? So I will suppose I want to pad with a star. So I will say this. Okay. So this value is padded from sample strings. Okay. So once I run this, this is, just give me a second, 𝗏pad. Okay, sorry. Sorry. It means that I want to make it from the left. I want to make it 10 character long. Yes, just give me a second. Suppose I want to make it 25 character long. Yeah. So what it will do? So what exactly it means that the value that you're passing here. Okay, it means that this will be the length of that particular variable now. Okay, so when I mention 25, or let us say I mention 5, so what it will do, it will keep the length as 5. Okay, if there is any extra space towards the left, it will put all the stars there. So for example, let us say I am adding 25. Now data science is just, let's say, 12 character or 10 character long statement. Now when I make it, so for example, let me show you this data science word. Okay, suppose data science word. So this is 4, 5, let's say this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is 12. So this whole length is 12. Suppose with 𝗏pad, I do that, the value I give is 20. So what it will do, it will make the whole length of this variable as 20. Okay. Now if I see that data science word is of 12 spaces, so remaining are 8 spaces, it will pad everything to the left. And what it wants, instead of spaces, it will, suppose I'm doing star, so it will put all the stars here. Is it clear? Any doubt, anyone? Okay. And similarly, when I do 𝗏pad, it will pad it to the right. So for example, let's say I did left pad with 50. So what it will make the length of each column as 50, and everything at the left will be padded with this. If you see, so it is not trimming any metadata, just it has made its length as 50, and everything it has padded with. You can simply leave it with space as well. Suppose I have left it with space. So you see this all space is there. Correct. And how can you get rid of this space? If you want to, suppose there is a variable with this space, how can you get rid of that?
Trim.
You will use trim over it. Okay. So similarly, suppose you want to do 𝗏pad as well. Just like 𝗏pad, there will be 𝗏pad. 𝗏pad means padding from the right.
But sir, what is the use case of this function like 𝗏pad and 𝗏pad for like an objective wise? Why we use this? Why we use this both functions?
You want to make the length as 25 or 50. You don't want to leave upon the spaces. What if you're passing to a function and there's a filter that length, suppose, is less than or greater than a particular value? So you are making sure that your variable length is this much.
Okay.
It includes data science also, right? The total.
It
variable.
is not changing your original text. It is keeping that. Okay. Here
Yeah,
it is padding to the left. Here is padding to the right.
yeah, but I'm asking like it's considering total length of that, including this data science also, right?
Including this data science, everything is a 50. Is it clear? Like instead of doing trim, for example, suppose that join case as well. Suppose in the join statement, when I mentioned two columns, C1 and C2, instead of trim, what you can also do, you can also do LPAD and RPAD to make a match, right? Suppose your this has 1, 2, 3, and it has let's say 4 extra, so total 7. This is the length. Okay, and in your C2 it's only 1, 2, 3. Okay, so one method was you trim this and then you join. Second method is you do RPAD, okay, and you make of same length and now you join. So this is the use case. And there are many more use cases of this. You will see that. So both are the strategies which you can use. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear why is it used? So you can use either trim, you can use either LPAD, RPAD, depending upon whatever you like. Okay. Okay, so next we are doing is, let me check. So we have done till 9 padding we did. Now next we are doing the locate function. Basically, if you have to find the position of a word in a string value, suppose you are given this column, you're given this data. I ask you that, okay, tell me the starting point of this particular word. So how will you do? For example, now we are coming to question number 10. This is called locate/searching. Okay, so suppose I do select star from sample strings. So what do I want? I want to check that, tell me in every row, where does a particular word data start from? Or let's say SQL start from. Let's say if you see SQL is here, or some other word starts from. So what I can do is I will use select. I think this varies in Postgres and MySQL. In Postgres, I think we use position. Just confirm me. And in MySQL, we use locate. Okay, this is for MySQL, and here this we use for Postgres. As per my knowledge, still I will check it. So suppose I do select string underscore value, then I will do position. Okay, then what do I need to search? Suppose I want to search SQL. Okay, I want to search SQL. Where do I want to search? I want to search in a particular column. So let us say I want to search SQL in string value. I'll say it's in string underscore value. Okay, and this is as position. So this will, remember, this will return me the starting index of that. Wherever it finds it, it will give me the starting point as position from sample strings. Now once I run this, see, for data science there is no word SQL, it is giving 0. Okay, SQL optimize, it is starting from 1, so it is giving me as 1. Here in SQL it is starting from 10, so it is giving me that the SQL word is starting from 10, right? So this is how it is used. Now let me just recall how it is used in MySQL. We use select string underscore value, then we use locate. Okay, yeah, locate does not work in
So
Postgres.
both functions are applicable to MySQL, locate as well as
Position is applicable. Okay, then you
Yes.
can use position as well. How to use locate? You use the word, for example, SQL, then you after comma, you pass the variable name where you are searching it. You don't use in there. Okay. String value as position indicator from sample strings. So this is what you can check it out in MySQL. I'm sure it does not work in Postgres, but you can check it. Please try this on your own. Let me know if you're able to solve this using both, like whatever method, position or locate.
Both are working, sir.
Both are working.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just that in locate, we just have to give a comma after what word you want to find or what character. And in position, it's just that you have to use in function.
Yes. Now I am giving a question. Please everyone solve this. Find rows where, or I'll say filter rows where string underscore value variable starts with data.
Can
Solve
you
this
post
question.
this?
Yeah. Starts with word data. Okay. Try to solve this question. Someone say people are saying that locate does not exist. Who said that both are working?
Myself, bro. It's working.
It could be the version of SQL. It could be because of that.
Okay.
Locate does not work in Postgres. That I told. That's why I didn't run it. In Postgres, only position will work. Locate is for MySQL, and people are saying that position works in MySQL as well. So you can check that. Is anyone able to do the question that I gave? Do not use like. Do not use like, please. I know it can be solved using like, but
Sir, can I just see the question? Can you just
I posted it. Check the chat box.
chat box? Okay.
Try to solve using this position locate thing, what I just taught. But this query will not. How are you ensuring that you are only getting those which are starting from data? Here you are just finding the position. But how are you ensuring that I'm getting only those rows which are starting with data? Think like this. Suppose when I do this position or locate, whatever you use, guys, you need to start thinking as well. I mean, functions will never be asked directly. Remember this. You will be given questions. You need to think which function can I use here. Never people are going to give you, okay, use locate function, use this. No one is going to give that. Okay. So suppose you do this data in string value. What is it going to give me? It is going to give me positions, right? Now, which rows actually start with data? Where position indicator value is what?
One.
1. Because you will get 1 only for those where the starting word is data. Is it clear? Where this is equal to 1. So see, you got those particular rows which are starting with data. Like also you can use, no doubt about that, but you should know, I mean, this type of things as well. Is it clear? Now we can also solve this question using regex. Okay, so the next is question 11, that is using regex. So regex mean pattern matching. Okay, it means regular expressions pattern. Now this is a separate topic in detail. We will not go through regex in detail in the SQL course because that is not required, but at just couple of places I will teach you where you can use them. Okay, pattern matching. So how to use regex here is now there is different functions. I think in MySQL there is a function straight away called regex. In how to use in PostgreSQL, first of all, let me show you. You will say select string underscore value, okay, from sample strings. Now one method was using remember you can solve using multiple method. First we did using id equal to 1, which we just did. Second was using a like method as well. Third method which I am teaching is what you do. So you will but is it required? I'm just thinking Okay. For now, let me just teach you. So we'll say where now this value, string value, okay, you have to use this operator. This mean it matches, okay, and then inside the quotes you need to use this power symbol. It means that it starts with data. Okay, now this is a very specific thing. For this you need to understand regex. But what does it do? This means this is used for pattern matching in Postgres. And what does this mean? This symbol means it starts with, and you mentioned word data. Okay, so once you run this, you'll get all the words which are starting with data. Now, how to do this in MySQL? In MySQL, you do using regexp. So you'll do select string underscore value from sample strings, where string underscore value. Okay, so in MySQL you don't have this functionality. I think using this, there you use this keyword which is regexp. Okay, and then you simply pass that, okay, I want to match it with, it should start with data. Okay, and it will, in Postgres it will not give because Postgres does not support this, but MySQL does it. So just check it out. Again, it's optional, that this is just for your knowledge. You can use these methods as well, but study about regular expressions in detail. It is not required for this course, that's why I'm not covering, but still you can do on your own. This is called pattern matching. Regex is mainly done in Python because SQL allows very limited pattern matching. If you really have to understand regex in full detail, then I'll suggest that do some Python, check some Python video. It is mainly done in Python, but SQL also allows basic of regex functions. Okay, so we'll cover just few more functions and then we'll have a break, and then after the break we'll start with joins.
Can you repeat once this one? Just
What?
once. Regex once.
Regex means pattern matching, right? So you are saying that where string value matches this. What does this mean? This means that any character which, and any row which starts with, this means starts with, okay, and whatever character you pass after that, data or whatever, so it will return all those rows which start with data. That's what regex means. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm just thinking what all is left. Okay, next function is called split part. Okay, or it is also called substring index. So what we do is, and go here. Question 12 is split part. This is in Postgres. Okay, and then you use substring underscore index. This is in MySQL. As far as I know, I'm not sure if both work in MySQL or not, but so what does it show? For example, let's see, read this question. Extract the so for example, if you see this statement, select star from sample strings. Okay, now what is happening is it has different parts. Do you guys know what is delimiter? Do you guys know what is a delimiter?
Basically, it's like I can say characters which separates the
Yeah,
two.
character that separates the main text. Like CSV file which you read, it is a comma separated file, because the values in a CSV file, suppose column 1 is 1, column 2 is 1002, column 3 is 1004, something like that. Okay, so we see like this. For example, this row in a comma separated file, how will it be stored? It will be stored as 1 comma data science comma ml, like whatever it is written, and fourth part is 85. Okay, so everything we see in form of tables, but how it is actually stored in CSV files, it is stored this is called comma separated, means this is called delimiter, value that separates the value which are present inside this. Okay, so for example, now if you see in this particular statement, string value, what is a delimiter here? What is something that's separating two words?
Space.
So here the delimiter is space. Okay, so what happens that when you convert this in, when you split the strings, you are splitting on space. You can split on various parts. For example, let's say that there is a string, my is, okay, and one is my name is, another is my name is. Okay, these all statements are same. What is the difference between them?
That it is separated by hyphen,
Delimiter is
by
separate.
comma.
Yeah,
and by
here delimiter is hyphen. Okay, here delimiter is comma, here delimiter is space. Right, this is the only difference. So when, if I have to split this, so whenever I have to split any sentence, I have to mention what delimiter are you using. Okay, suppose there is something like this, and if you're splitting this based on delimiter hyphen, how will it will split? It will split my name is a, this will be counted as one word because you're not using space as a delimiter. But if you separate this on a space, then this will be the first part, this will be the second part. Is it clear? The concept of delimiter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now suppose in this statement I want to split something based on space. So what will happen, that this will be first part, this will be second part, right? Something like this. So let's say this is first word, this is second word, third, fourth, and so on, it will go on. Okay, so let's read the question. Question says extract the first word from this. Okay, if I have to extract first word, and it is mentioned that use delimiter space to separate words. Okay, if someone has not mentioned how to separate words, you cannot actually do that, because this could mean one word, because delimiter is not mentioned, right? So that's why in those questions, delimiter needs to be specified, that okay, this is a delimiter for this statement. So suppose space is a delimiter and I want to extract the first word. So how will I do? I'll say select string underscore value, then split underscore part. Okay, split underscore part, and I need to pass the variable that is string underscore value, which is my variable name. After that, I need to pass the delimiter. What is the delimiter here?
Hyphen.
Sorry, what?
Hyphen we need to use.
We
What
have
is the delimiter here? Here
space.
delimiter is hyphen or space?
Space.
Space.
Space. It is not hyphen here.
Under the
Okay.
question. Okay.
And what do I want? I want, suppose, the first character. So I will say I want the first character. Okay. So this is as first underscore word from sample strings.
But concat, it's done the same, right?
What is concatenation? Is adding.
Uh,
In concatenation, you add two things. Here we are extracting something. From data science, I've extracted the first word. From big data, I've extracted the first word. Suppose I wanted the second word. I will use second word. What's the confusion? Tell me.
Nothing. Got it.
Is it clear? Thus, this is for Postgres. Now, suppose I have to do the same thing for MySQL. How it is done is instead of split part, we use a keyword which is called as substring_index. Okay. Then I have to pass the variable name. I think the rest all remains same.
Sir, there is a new function. I don't know whether they have added or they have updated as per the SQL version, but there is new functions substring. Just a minute. Substring index x2.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, and if I'm using a normal substring index, it doesn't show the function. And in substring index x2, it doesn't pass the value as what I have passed in a normal substring index. Like the string value as a common name, column name, which is the delimiter is space, and what character you want, the first character. So it's not showing me. It is clearly showing that the function substring index does not exist. And in x2,
depends upon which SQL version you're using. It works. I have seen substring index working.
Yeah, basically on W3 school also it shows that the substring index do work, but right now in the
Depends what server you're using. That's what I'm saying. Depends what version you're using. Please everyone check if you are able to generate this.
Got it, bro.
Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Just give me a second. Okay, so is it clear, everyone? Shall I move ahead? Guys, yes or no? So next we are going with I mean character encoding. Shall I go AC to value? It's fine. We can. It's not mandatory. I'll still tell you. Just check if string value contains a sequel word in a case sensitive manner. This is regex matching and replace all the spaces with underscore. This I have already told. 16th. Find the position of the first occurrence of the letter E. This I taught uh, of the letter E in the string value. Okay. Mm, okay. So replace the words with this. So you can do all the remaining questions with whatever we have covered so far. You can solve. I just need to tell you these are some ACI values. Basically, you convert whatever character is given right to some value that they are called ACI values. You should, I mean, they are not very useful. You should just simply know uh, ACI value. So let me tell you how to convert them into. Uh, Let me just check the exact definition. Uh, what is ASCII? ASCII value. So if you read this, it is a numerical representation of a character in American Standard Code. Assigns unique number to each character, including some special symbols, right? So this is sometimes you, for let's say when you are coding in other programming languages, you might need to convert them into ACI values. Okay, there these are called. So they are basically uh, each character is assigned some number. For example, if you check here, for example, for the letter A is 1A65, for the digit 0 is 48. So they have values up to from 0 to 127. Okay, so this is what you should know what is ACI values. Basically, how to convert anything into ACI values. You simply use this ACI function is there, which you can directly use. Just a second. Question 13, ASCII values. Okay, so what you will do, for example, you will do select string underscore value, then you will say ASCII. Okay, and whatever, suppose you want first character from this. So what you will do, for example, you say substring. Okay, and in substring, suppose you want, let's say, string underscore value, and suppose you want to check the first value at first length. Okay, what is the AICI value for this? As v2 from sample strings. So this is just used to get those numbers. Just know that there is something like this. So for D it is giving 68, for B it is giving 66. Those type of things you can see here. Okay, so this give value for characters, numbers, special tokens. So these are some those type of values. So these were the basic ACI values. Rest all questions are your assignment. You can solve them basically based on whatever I have taught in today's class. You can go through, you can basically try to understand them from there. Okay, so these are your assignment. Any doubt? So we can have a 10-minute break and then we can come back to discuss the joins. So yeah, let me know if someone has any doubt for this.
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
Satvik. Sir, I have solved a question number 10 of data science today, and I got some problem there. I have posted in the WhatsApp group also that I got the answer, but it is correct, showing correct, but I feel that query is not right.
Which question?
Question number 10 of data science.
Of website, PPT, where?
Website. So, profitable festival with ticket type analysis.
What is the problem with this?
I have, one second, just I want to show. We have to write that I should have given the photograph on WhatsApp
Send me
also.
the code that you are using.
I'm using the code that uh, select ticket type, sum, organization,
Can you
profit as
write
a
down?
total profit.
Can you write down in the chat box?
Okay, one second.
This is the question.
Yes, I
How
reached.
to separate first name
Um,
and the second name and full name. So basically, you need to use delimiter and then you need to select 1 and 2. That's how you can do.
which course?
Sir, the delimiter is just like in Excel we use text to columns and we separate that by delimiter.
Sorry?
A delimiter in SQL is just like text to columns that we use in Excel, separated by a delimiter or space or by a
Yes.
special character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Select ticket type based on total profits on for festivals held in. Where are you selecting top 3 ticket types?
I know, but from this I am getting a correct answer. But I think this query is wrong.
You could be getting correct answer because there are only 3 values. That's why you're getting.
Uh, and I choose a second.
Hello?
Yes, I choose a second method also, but it is in a photo. I have clicked that photograph only. I have that.
I didn't
Uh,
get what is wrong with this. I am not getting your point. The query is wrong, but you're luckily getting it correctly.
yes, and when I'm using right query, it's showing an error.
How? Can you tell me? Give me the query. What is the right query that you are using?
Uh, it is in a photograph form only.
Send me. How will I get to know? I mean, send me text here at chat box.
I can't send that text, but I have uploaded in that group also. If you can see from
I
WhatsApp group.
cannot open WhatsApp right now. Please check and type in. I cannot open WhatsApp right now.
Sir, where is the career session for like you're keeping the discussion regarding data careers? When is that
I
meant?
already had the session yesterday. We had a 3 hour
Yes.
long session. Yesterday we did a 3 hour long session on career counseling. I posted it on groups that I am conducting. I think around 15, 16 people only joined. write a SQL query to find the top 3 ticket types based on total profit for festivals. What are ticket types are there? Select distinct ticket underscore type from festival data. There are two only. That's why you're getting the right query, because it is asking you to get top 3 ticket types based on total profits for festival. Okay, so there is some, I need to add some more data to this, because eventually these two are the only things which are present. So it will always give you correct answer.
Yeah, because it is shown, right, that we have to like give the top 3, but if there are only 2 values that are
If
accurate,
there are only
then
2, then it will always show you
yeah.
correct. I will add more data to this so that you can understand. I'll add like 4 more categories. You use this code, right? This will give you correct always.
But in this query, there is no condition that is mentioned in the question what is required, right? The average ticket
Query
price
is wrong.
greater
Luckily,
than
is getting the
50.
luckily you are getting the right answer. Query is wrong. There is no mention of 50.
Yeah, 50.
There's no mention of top 3. There is no such other things
Yeah,
are
in
there.
the query, that
So
needs to
just
be
because
there.
data is not complete, that's why you're getting right answer. Otherwise, you will not get. So the correct query for this, what will be the correct query? Select ticket type. Sum of this is profit. Where country in this? Average ticket price. Is that a column or what? Organizer profit. Okay, where average of ticket. So you will have to use having as well. Having average of price greater than 50. Group by ticket type. Okay, so limit 3. This should be the query, I think. Wait a second. Where country in this, and forget this, and yeah, this should be the right query.
Okay. I instead of having, I was using in where the price is greater than 50, because there is a in the table there is a column data where is 50
In the
also.
table, there is a column price, but what are you asked?
Yes.
You are asked average of price. So average is an aggregate function. So you
Okay,
cannot use
okay.
in where. You need to use it in having.
The query I was writing that was select ticket sum of organizer profit from festive table where country equals to India or USA and price is greater than 50 group
Which is
by ticket
incorrect.
type.
It is
Yes.
asking average price. Average ticket price.
Okay.
You need to read the question properly.
I have read the question properly earlier
If you read it properly, why
but
didn't
it
you?
was showing an error that time also.
So if you are using incorrect query, it will show you error. Am I not right? It is asking average ticket price, and you are using it in and you are telling me that I read it correctly. How did you read it correctly? Tell me. Average itself means it's a aggregate column. If you're using an aggregate column in where, that automatically means it you didn't understand the question. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, just asking.
No.
Why did I explain you everything in the course that first write down, decide? Didn't I tell you decide the type of filter? First of all, so this is a filter, right? Average ticket price. Then you list down the filters which are present in the question. Then decide, will it go towards where or it will go towards having? Are you following that approach? Do you remember the approach I told you? That when you read the question, write down all the filters that are asked and then decide whether it should go to where or it should go to having. If you're not following that strategy, and if you're just, I'm not talking to you in general, I'm just telling everyone, if you are just blindly reading the question and just thinking based on your interpretation that, okay, I'll put it in having or I'll put it in where, you're going wrong. You need to follow a structured approach. Why did I teach you that? So that you, it does not matter whatever difficult question comes, you follow a right approach. List down all the filters, decide where to put, whether you want to put it in where or you need to put it in having. Okay, and after that you decide what filters, where, what group by what limit is asked. So that's why, I mean, that's why I said you need to read the question properly. Is it clear now?
In this, in
Hello?
Yes.
order by also you should mention that, because if data has more columns, how could
Yeah,
we find
it is
top?
asking top three, so you will say order by whatever the column
Yeah.
name is and descending.
Sum of organizer profit.
Yes,
Sum of
order wise sum of organizer profit, limit 3.
yes.
Also descending. You need to mention this. Is it clear? So please follow the structured approach. Please don't, what this is the biggest problem, that you guys just read the question, start writing query, uh, create those mind maps that I've shown you. I mean, there's a reason I taught them that if you follow that approach, you will really understand. अभी क्या होता है, क्वेश्चन पढ़ के हम सीधा, अरे ये तो सिंपल है, बस ये डालो हो गया. फिर जब नहीं आता, then you start asking कि क्यों नहीं आ रहा. The reason is this only, that you're not reading the question properly, you're not creating those mind maps. And trust me, this way I can tell you hundreds of solutions, but you will not be able to crack it. That is the biggest problem. Okay, so please everyone, it's a request that whenever you read a question, please start creating mind maps, then only go towards query. Just don't, there is time की कोई कमी नहीं है, 2 महीने एक्स्ट्रा लग जाएंगे सीखने में, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट वो एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड तरीके से करोगे तभी याद रहेगा. So please make sure you follow this path. And I have seen a lot of people just do like this. That's why I'm telling you. So don't take it personally. I'm just telling in general. First, write down everything, select from where, group by, whatever things are there. Step 1, decide which all filters are there. Then break them, put them either in where or put them in having. If something is going in having, there needs to be a group by as well. Then think what should be the group by. If there is a group by, there needs to be an aggregate column, right? Then you will fill that. Table name to fill हो जाएगा. Order by or limit, ये question पढ़ के समझ में आ जाएगा. Question has asked me top 3. So top 3 means I have to put a limit 3. And if it asking top, it means it needs to be in descending order. Okay, so everything goes this way logically. Okay, so if you follow this approach, you will never write any incorrect query. At least these basic queries you will not write incorrectly. Okay, all clear everyone?
So I have one query. from this class 8 PDF, there is that question number
Right
3.
now, I'm not taking doubt session. Sorry, I mean because it will we go up in discussing doubts, and then I'm not able to cover the class. So that we will cover in doubt session, or you can ask on group. Okay. So this I just covered because it was a break, but let's now move towards the join. Okay. Guys, sorry, I need to be little bit strict here because otherwise syllabus pura nahi hota, right? So like yesterday, we didn't learn anything new, right? We just solved a couple of questions. So today we need to learn at least few things. So now I'm talking about, so we did the string functions. There is one more string function, that is group concatenation, which is left, but we will study it after doing joins, because joins के बाद से वो properly समझ में आएगा. So let's study about this joins. This is one of the most important concept in SQL. And no need to tell you that. I mean, without join, whatever we did now, we have been dealing with one table only. Correct? What if there are multiple tables? Table A, table 2, some information is present in some table, because in real life, single table does not contain all the data. Okay. Can someone tell me what is a fact data and what is a dimension table? What is a fact table and dimension table? What is the purpose of a fact table? What is the purpose of a dimension table? And please unmute yourself and then speak, I mean, if possible. Yes, it is possible to add case and group new table. What is fact table? What is dimension table?
Fact will store the quantitative data.
Your dimension table does not store the quantitative data. Guys, what is fact table and dimension table? What is star schema, snowflake schema?
Fact table contains foreign key and then
Fact table can change.
fact table foreign key and then dimensions primary key, and then facts and figures are represented in facts table, and categorical variables like that are present in dimensions table.
This is not the complete definition.
Fact table can have the changes, but in dimension table we cannot change. It's an fixed one.
Not the correct definition.
Okay.
Guys, what is fact table and dimension table? What is star schema and snowflake schema? Is there no one in the class that who remembers what is star schema and what is snowflake schema? वेरी गुड यार. ऐसे आप पढ़ते रहो, ठीक है, मैं पढ़ा के चला जाऊंगा, याद नहीं रहेगा, फिर 2 महीने बाद आप लोग मेरे को बोलोगे कि अच्छा क्या पढ़ाया था, समझ में नहीं आया. It's fine. What is the point of covering all this, giving all this material if you guys just don't know the basic concepts? It's fine. I mean, it's your decision. I cannot control it. Let's cover with the joints. Okay.
Fact table is in the center, and dimensions tables are connected to that. And snowflake in star schema, fact table is the center, and then in snowflake schema, that multiple tables we can connect to the dimensions table.
Kind of correct, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just tried.
No, kind of correct definition. Something is missing, but it's fine. Yeah, correct.
Okay. What I
Okay.
missed?
So basically, thing is that main thing you didn't. In star schema, you have a fact table which is surrounded by dimension table. Okay. In snowflake schema, each dimension table act as a fact table itself. Okay, which is connected to further dimension tables.
Dimensions table. Yes. Okay.
Okay. You mentioned about something foreign key. Foreign key can exist in both of the tables, so there is no restriction on foreign key. But main thing is that which someone mentioned that in fact table,
Facts and figures.
changes happen more frequently as compared to dimension table. Because for example, let us say there's a transaction table. Okay, it keeps on updating every day because people
Yes.
keep on doing transactions. But for example, customer profile such as customer name, age, there's a data which table which contains customer name, age, address. This does not change very frequently. Okay, so someone said that it cannot change. No, it's not that it cannot change. Thing is that it changes very rarely, right? Because a customer age does not change, a customer address does not change every day, right? So that's why that is in dimension table, and main is your fact table. So fact table is surrounded by dimension tables. That is a star schema. And when, so just let me, so this is a fact table. Okay, this has dimension table D1, D2, D3, D4. When your dimension table also act as fact table sometime, so they further have their own dimensions. For example, D4, D5, D6. Okay, and this is, so how it becomes, this becomes like a snowflake structure. So like this is star. So far, जब ये further भी split होते हैं, तो it is called a snowflake. So if you see snowflake diagram on internet, see snowflake diagram. So ये तो मैंने दिखाया था आप लोगों को कि this is fact, dimension, and further snowflake diagram. See, this is how snow diagram looks like, right? पहले एक center है, वो connected है, then further is split further, right? So that is called snowflake. Anyways, guys, I mean, it's your decision whether you want to revise or not. I cannot control it, to be honest. Okay, so I tried my best, but it's up to you. Okay, anyways, let's start with the joins. So joins is so far we have been dealing with one table only, right? Where you have a table and you basically join it with so you just query it on something. Now what happens, why I mentioned about snowflakes or star schema, is that tables are not always present alone. They are basically centered. For example, let me give an example that suppose you have a table of where you have transactions. Okay, this is a transaction table where you have transaction 101, 102, which is happening every day, and you're let's say getting some amount, $100, $200, something like that. Suppose I ask you what is the customer name who has done the most highest transaction. Okay, so for example, let's say this is a transaction ID and this is amount. Okay, so let's say this is my fact table which is at the center, and so let's say I have transaction ID 101, 103, 105, 107, 109, something like this is there, for example. Okay, and let's say there is transaction of $200, $300, $500, $700, and $900. Now suppose I ask you, tell me the customer name who has done the maximum transaction. Can you give me the answer? Can you answer me this? I mean, yes or no? Can you answer me through this table? What is the customer name who has done the maximum transaction?
No.
You cannot do, right? Suppose there is additional column here, customer ID. Okay, so let's say the customer ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and let's just change from currency to number. And okay, now can you now based on this, suppose this is my fact table. Okay, I ask you that tell me which customer name who has done the maximum transaction. Can you answer me that?
Now we can.
Why?
There is a primary key.
So
and we can connect.
So can you repeat the question one thing is?
I am asking, this is my fact table.
Yeah.
My question is, tell me the customer name who has done the maximum transaction. Can you answer me that question through this table?
We are having this customer ID, right?
Yes.
On both
I'm asking
tables.
customer name.
Oh, customer name.
Yes.
Yes.
MNO is the person.
Just by using this table, can you give me the customer name who has done the maximum transaction?
No.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
How can you tell me the customer name through this table?
No.
Guys, मैंने क्या rocket science पूछ लिया? I just simply am asking, there's a table. Can you tell me the customer name who has done the maximum transaction through this table? इस table को use करके can you tell me the customer name who has done the maximum transaction?
No,
when you
bro.
only
Can't tell me.
when you can only use this table.
No,
We can't tell.
You cannot tell. Why?
because there is no name under the table.
Exactly. There's no customer name variable in the table, right?
Yes.
These transactions can keep on increasing, but I don't have customer name. So what do I need to do that? So at times in SQL, we cannot have, we do not, my main table does not contain all the variable that I need. Okay. And for that, I need to fetch those variables from an additional table. It could be a dimension table, it could be a fact table from which I need to get in. Okay. So for example, let's say this is a fact table, this is a dimension table which contains customer ID and their names. Okay. So here, this table will give me the customer ID which has the maximum, which has done the maximum transaction. Okay, but I don't know the customer name. For customer name, I will use this table. So can you tell me the logical step? How will I get? Don't tell me joins, left join, right join. Don't tell me those things. What should be the logical step to get the customer name who has done the maximum transaction?
When you use a reference key as customer ID is a reference key to other dimension table.
So guys, first of all, mute if you're not speaking. Yeah, tell me the logical steps. Don't talk about joins and all that. How can you get, suppose you are given these two tables. I want customer name who has done the maximum transaction. How can you do this for me?
With this query, like
First joining with the customer IDs.
no, like we
Join the
will
table
select
with customer ID, then
I told you I am not asking about joining right now.
first we'll count the number of transactions for each of the customer IDs.
Okay. I'm asking maximum transaction amount. No. Question. Read the question once again.
Okay.
You can
Amount is there,
create
then-
a new table using both.
Then extract the maximum amount.
Tell me the customer name who has done the maximum transaction amount. Okay, so this is my question. What will be the logical step? Don't talk about joins, foreign key, and all that.
For
First, we'll fetch the maximum amount of transaction. Like if it's 900, then we'll
Okay.
fetch that 900
Okay.
wala. Then we'll extract the customer ID from that transaction.
Yes.
And from that transaction, like when we get the customer ID, then we'll go and match it from the next table and find out what is the name
Exactly.
of the person.
So what we are going to do, we are going to first of all, I want the customer who because I don't have customer name here, right? It is so what I will do, first of all, I will find what is the maximum transaction amount. What is the maximum transaction amount? It is $900. I will get which customer has done this. Customer ID 9, customer ID 5 has done this. Okay, so through this table I can get the customer ID who has done the maximum transaction amount. Now, but to get the name, I will look up into another data table. I will look here. I will see, okay, tell me what is the customer name with ID 5. It is MNO, right? So this will be your logical step. Is it clear? So what is the step? Join बात की बात है, वो तो टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट आ जाता है. लॉजिकली हम लोग कैसे देखते हैं? फॉर एग्जांपल, when you have in general life, you don't do joins, right? You look some information from here, you get some input, output, then you look that output in some other table to get the value. Is it correct?
yes, yes.
So this is the concept of joins, that you cannot get all the information through a single table. Okay, so for that you need to refer to multiple tables at times to get some information. Okay, is it correct? So what we do, that instead of doing these multiple steps, that okay, first first see the amount which is maximum, then find the customer, then go to some other database, then go to some other table, then go to some other table, right? To reduce all this effort, we introduce the concept of joins, where we merge these two tables into one table. Okay, so what we do, that we will say that, okay, let's say this is my table. So let me first erase this. So I will say, okay, get this table for me. Okay, and I have also this table which is present here. Now what is the problem right now? That this has multiple rows, this has multiple rows. For example, let's say this has 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and there are some other values as well. Let's say A, B, C, D. Okay, so what is happening, that I have to get a column which is name, suppose here, correct? Now I want it to be right match. For example, for customer ID 1, what should be the name? It should be this one only, it cannot be anything else. Is it right? For customer ID 2, it has to be the match, it has to be DEF. For customer ID 5, it has to be MNO. Okay, so I have to get those columns here, right? And if you see, there are some additional columns as well, like some columns will be missing from this, some column will be missing from this. If you see, these three columns, these three rows basically are not present here. These customer IDs 6, 7, 8, 9 are not present here. Okay, similarly, what if there are some customer ID which is not present in this only, right? So those things will be there, we will see. For example, let's say there's customer ID 2, I call it 101. Let's say customer ID 2 is missing from this. So there can be multiple scenarios of that some value missing from here, some value missing from here. So those type of things we will see in various type of joins. How do they perform? How exactly it happens, right? But this is the concept of join, when you basically merge two tables horizontally. Okay, so there are two type of things. When you join two tables like this is called merge or called join. This is a horizontal merge because you are adding columns here technically, right? There is another type of thing which is called union, where you add rows to this, where you add values to this. This type of merging is called union. Okay, so there are two different. This is called a vertical joining. That is union. So first of all, we will study about the horizontal joining, that is called merge, and other part called is union. We will study it later. Okay, is it clear, everyone? The basic concept of joins. CID has to be unique is no, it is not necessary to be unique. Okay, so let us study first of all how does the joining process happen before we deep dive into what all type of joins are there. So what happens that when you join any two tables, okay, they have to join on some conditions. For example, what is the condition between these two tables?
Should match the common columns.
It should match the common column. What does it mean?
Means CID is there, right? We need to must be there under another table.
Think like this. This is the table that you are having. Okay, you need to add a new column name here technically.
Yes.
Now that name can have only one value. Is it right?
Yes.
Now can we add the name for customer 2 here? No, I want the name for customer 1 only. That will be my, if I talk about accurate data, right? And accurate data will be when I have the correct name in front of the correct ID. Is it right? For example, I expect ABC here. I don't expect something else. Okay, so how can I get this? First of all, what I will do, I'll start scanning. So what I will do, I will come here. So suppose when remember SQL runs row by row. Okay, so what will happen whenever I'm joining two tables? Okay, so it will run row by row. So first of all, it will run for this row. Now for this row, it will check CID 1. Okay, and what is it going to do? It is going to scan this whole table for CID 1. Okay, wherever it finds CID 1, it will get the value. For example, right now there is only one value in front of this is the ID 1. This is a match. So this is a match. This is not a match. This is not a match. This is not a match. These all are not matches, right? So now remember, so it will bring these two columns here. If I talk about, it will bring these two rows here. Okay, now because this CI just a second. First, let me remove this. So when I do this, I will get these two columns. Is it right? So for this CID, it will pick those rows which are matching with this CID. Okay, so I have this CID and I will bring all the column names which are here. Is it correct, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now tell me this. What if there were multiple rows? For example, let's say for one customer ID 1, there is another name CED. What will happen? it says that for match 1, you are seeing, for match 1, you see this is a match and this is also a match. How will it accommodate two values in one cell?
So it will take first value, like ABC only, like my top to bottom.
Okay.
Just a guess. I mean,
No, yeah, no, it's fine. The guess is fine. Yeah. Anyone, any other answer?
It will show another row, bro.
Yes.
Like,
So exactly what is going to happen? It is not going to show you or check only one value. It will check all instances in the table wherever it finds one. Okay. So what is going to happen? It will give you another row. So let me just copy it. Okay. So 1, and what is the name? CEF. So what is going to happen? The 1 will check all the instances of 1 which are present here, and it will return everything in a new row. For example, if there are 3 matches, it will return 3 rows. If there are 4 matches, it will return 4 rows. Is it clear, everyone? Any doubt in this part? This is how the joining process works. Now we will study about inner join, left join, everything. But so basically,
Yes.
how joining works, you define two tables. See, joining can happen on multiple tables as well. It is not only two tables. So there will be a table 1, there will be a table 2, for example, right now, and you will join it on a condition. Okay. This condition can, for example, right now we are joining only on CID, but it is not necessary to match only on one variable. You can join tables on multiple variables as well. We will see as we move ahead. But for example, you can join on this as well, and you can join in this as well, just like we create composite keys. Okay, those things we will see later. Right now, let's just assume we are matching only one column. Okay, so there needs to be a condition on which you're. So what is the condition here on which we are joining? What is the condition between these two tables on which we are joining?
CID column.
So the condition is that the CID of this, the column of this should be equal to B.CID. Is it right? Because I am checking ये one किस से match हो रहा है. When I say match, it means 1 is equal to this, 1 is equal to this. Okay. If there is not a match, I am not selecting them. Otherwise, what will happen? I will see all the combinations. Okay. So this is the joining condition, that one column is equal to the next column. So how is it going to happen? That it will take one column from here, it will take the second column. You can think like this is a gatekeeper, for example. Okay, here it is checking, okay, taking value from this and then scanning it across this. Jitne bhi matches aate hain, it returns them. Okay, then taking value from this, scanning everything and then returning it. That's how it is working. Is it clear, guys? Okay, now, so, okay. Now we need to understand few concepts of null, blank value, and a numeric and a character value. Okay, before we move ahead. So what happens? Suppose you have a column name. Let's say you're joining two tables. For example, this is column 1, and this is column 2 of another table. Okay. So this is column 1 of table 1. This is column 2 of some other table, for example. Okay. Let me just give it a space so that you do not consider them from same table. Now let's say there are some values. Let's say 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is blank. Let's say this is null. This is ABC. This is 1, 2. This is 9. Okay. Let's say this is also null, for example. Now this column 2 also contains some value. So what is happening? That let's say column 2 contains 2, 101, null, contains blank, it contains another blank, then it contains suppose 3, it contains 10, it contains 0. So let's say these are the values in these two columns. Okay, please guys listen to this very, very carefully. This is very important concept and it is asked in interviews as well. Okay, so what is going to happen? Suppose we are merging these two tables. Okay, let's say this is table 1 and this is table 2, which I'm joining. So what is my condition? My condition is that T1 dot column 1 is equal to T2 dot column 2. Okay, so क्या होगा when I put this condition? Row by row, I will start evaluating, correct? So row. So क्या होगा? Row by row एक एक value आके add होनी शुरू होगी. So let me show you कि result कैसे आएगा. Okay. So you tell me now what will happen? If you see, I have a numeric value, I have a null value, I have a blank value, I have a character value. Okay, we will see how these different type of matches happen. Okay, because right now we didn't discuss that. Okay, so let us say I'm joining. So क्या होगा? सबसे पहले row 1 आएगा. What is the value in this 1? It will try to match. So first of all, 1 will come here. It will try to match with all the values. Is 1 is equal to 2?
No.
No.
So match नहीं आएगा. क्या इसके साथ मैच आएगा?
No.
नहीं आएगा. इसके साथ?
No.
नहीं. इसके साथ भी नहीं आएगा, नहीं आएगा, नहीं आएगा. किसी के साथ मैच नहीं आएगा 1 का. Right?
Yes.
So for 1, I don't find any match in the second table. Clear? For 2, now tell me, for 2, do I get a match?
Yes.
For 2,
Yes,
I
one
get a
match.
match here. So for 2, I get some match. For 3, do I get a match? Yes, there is a 3 value which will match with this. Now comes the concept of blank and null. Okay, now tell me this ABC. Okay, abhi nahi hai, but what if there was something ABC here? Will it match?
No.
क्या string को string के साथ डालूंगा तो match करेगा?
नहीं होगा.
क्यों नहीं करेगा? Will this match with this one?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, maybe I think. Don't know, bro.
It will match. ABC string ही तो है ना? क्या और क्या problem है?
Okay.
ABC equal to ABC, क्या problem है? This is correct. If you
No.
don't have any extra padding, spaces, everything, right? If everything is correct, तो match करेगा. ठीक है? 12 के लिए do I have any match? No. 1 के लिए I don't have any match. Now remaining part is blank, null, this 0, which we need to understand. Okay. First of all, understand that. Tell me, if there is a 0 here, let's say, will this blank match with this 0? Tell me.
No.
No.
Why?
No.
Value तो दोनों की 0 है. मतलब तो कुछ भी नहीं है.
But
If I take sum of this, it will give me 0 only.
but there is
But there is something in
variable right under that T2.
So basically, blank means blank. Okay, remember this. Blank means blank, a space. Okay, it means a space. It is not a numerical value. 0 is just a numerical value. Just like this didn't match with 3 because 3 is a numerical number. 0 is also a numerical number. Okay, चाहे 0 रख दो, 0.1 रख दो, so 0 will just behave like a 1 or 2 or any other number will behave. Okay, Is it clear, guys? That this is a blank, so blank will not match with 0. Itna clear hai sabko?
Yes.
Now tell me, will this blank match with this or this? Will it match?
Yes. Yes.
Both.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I want to know from everyone. So itna clear hai ki 0 will not match with blank because 0 is a number. Remember this. So 0 will only match with 0. Just like 1 only matches with 1, 0 will also match with
Yes, bro. Because
tell me about blank.
blank also it will match.
What do you think, guys?
Yeah, will match.
Blank should match.
I think it will not match because number of spaces will be different from the variable to variable. I think
It will match. Okay. Answer is it will match. By default, if you leave a blank, it has fixed. For example, let's say whatever variable you created. Suppose, remember when we create table, that create table, we create a variable name, let's say column 1, varchar, or let's say char. Okay. Yeah, varchar. जो भी आपने दिया है. Let's say you've given a space of 20. If it is a blank, means it is of length 20. Okay. So blank by default matches that. Blank का कोई वो नहीं होता कि मतलब blank means blank. So blank will always be equal to blank. Remember this.
Bro, if T2 has another 2 or 3, then
What?
if T2 table has a 2 or 3.
2 or 3 means?
Two number is there.
2 number तो ये रहा ना.
हाँ, दूसरा number पे ही होगा तो.
Like one more 2.
One more 2.
What did I tell you about? What did I tell you about this one?
Okay, it will create another row.
It will create additional columns,
Okay.
additional rows.
Okay, fine. Okay.
So remember, blank will meet with a blank. Okay. Blank means blank, so blank is always. So what did we see? Number will only match with number, blank will meet with blank. Now tell me, will null meet with a blank or not?
No.
No.
Null has.
No, it won't consider number of spaces in blank. A blank means blank. Okay. So will null match with blank? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes, no, whatever the reason is, tell me.
Yes, because
Let's understand what is null first of all. Okay. The meaning of null is that your system does not recognize it. What does it mean? Okay. Null does not, so by default, null does, tell me, null is not equal to blank. Remember this. Null is something that your server system cannot recognize. Cannot recognize. Okay. So what does it mean? It could be a value, for example, 22. It could be a value 10. It could be a string ABC. It could be a blank. It could be number 0. It could be anything. So whenever you are doing matching with null, okay, let's say this is a null and this is a null. When you're trying to match these two, they will not match because this could be a number and this could be a string. Your system does not recognize what is inside this. Okay, that is the reason a null will never match with a null as well. A null with not match with a null as well, it will not match with a space as well. Remember this thing. So this null is not going to match with this. This null is also not going to match with this. Remember this. This is the key
So
concept.
SQL is not recognizing that what value is inside that
What
null.
value? Exactly. It could
Okay.
be a 20 number, it could be ABC, it could be anything else. SQL is not recognizing what is inside it. Okay. So whenever it tries to match these two, it cannot do that. Remember this. A null will never match with null. Is it clear, guys? This is very important concept, because once we start doing the joins and all that, this concept will come. So what is my summary? My summary is that a number will match with the number. Okay. A character will match with the character. A blank will match with the blank. A zero will match only with zero. Okay. A null will not match with a null or anything. Remember this. The main thing I think these are very intuitive, right? The main thing is to understand the null. Why null does not match with a null? The reason is that only that it does not recognize what value is lying inside it. Is it clear, guys?
Clear.
Yes. Suppose there is one more row in table 1 which is having just like a space.
Okay.
So how will it be considered? Will it be considered as a character or
Space is space. Space is blank. Just like this.
so
Space is
blank
blank.
can also have nothing, like not even space.
Yes.
So in that
Blank
case,
means blank. That you have
Okay.
not entered anything there.
Okay.
So what do I mean to say? That, for example, when you match these two, for example, let's say Control C, Control C. Okay. Let me just delete few of the things so that it is more clear. Okay. So what is going to happen is that ये देखो, जब इन दोनों को merge करेंगे, for example, with this blank. So what will happen? That this blank will merge with, how many blank does it see here? 2 blanks, right? Okay.
Two.
So this blank will come here. It will match with this blank first of all. Okay. So ये इस blank के साथ पहले merge होगा. फिर suppose this is, let's say this is blank. Sorry, I mean confusion हो जाएगी. Now this blank will match with this as well. Correct. So it will see another row where this is blank and other is also a blank. Okay. And now this third, so इसका match इसके साथ हुआ, इसका match इसके साथ भी हो गया, because blank matches with this, blank matches with this. Now this blank will also match with this and it will also match with this. So if you see overall, there will be 4 rows once you merge them. Is it clear?
Oh, can you tell me like how many rows will be there? Finally rows.
That we will cover. Abhi pehle aane do, I will cover that. Don't worry. But right now, just understand that for blank, there will be 2 rows because it will match with 2 rows. This blank will also match with 2 rows.
So अगर हम length निकालते हैं, like the blanks that were earlier, it's come as length as 0, but for this, if length come as 1 or 2, still it will match, like it will match as.
Yes, a blank has no length.
Okay.
Okay, blank is blank. Okay, is it clear, guys? That blank will match with this and this blank. So total 4 rows. But this null, remember, it will not match with any of this. This null, it will not have a match with this. Okay. Now, how many rows will actually come depends upon the type of join you are performing. We will see that. But right now, first understand what is actually called a matching, what is not a matching. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
So now with this, let's move to understanding the next concept, that is there are various type of joins, right? So let's understand them. Just give me a second. Okay. So let's say, so you have this table. If you see, मैंने जो data भेजा है आपको, उसमें you will find these two tables. You can create them. But before going into coding and all that, first let's understand them here. So we have two tables. One is employees. One is departments. Okay. Now, yes, in joins, nulls cannot merge. That's the concept. And what is the reason? Can someone tell me? You should also know the reason why they cannot merge.
Because they are not same.
Because
Yeah, you said that
SQL doesn't
it
recognize
is not
the
recognizing.
values behind.
Yes, SQL does not recognize a character, if it's a character, if it's a numeric, if whatever it is, right?
But that null and null means just like it's looking same. Okay, how it is not recognizing that? How can we know? I mean,
I didn't get your question.
null is like, see, I mean, NULL null. It's like
So
similar.
remember,
in both
null is a
tables.
reserved keyword in SQL. Okay, null is not some character. When you enter null anywhere, it is a reserved keyword.
Okay.
Generally, what happens? You match 101 with 101. It will check 101 and it will check with this. But in null, it does not say that, okay, NULL, then NULL. It does not match like that. Null, there are things called reserved keywords, right? A reserved keyword means whatever inside is inside this value, I do not recognize that. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that is, so don't think like this null is a string or text. This null is a reserved keyword. Okay. Remember, whenever you write down a null in your SQL, wherever you write, select as, let's say this, where string underscore value is equal to null. You see this pink, right? This is a reserved keyword. This is not some string. This is not some text value.
So it has no data type, like means
No data type,
string,
yes.
nothing. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
That is the reason it it does not recognize what is inside it.
Okay, got it. Clear.
Okay. So now with this information, let's study about, so there are 4 to 6 type of joins. First, so today, so there's inner join, there is left, right, outer join, and then there is cross join, there is natural join. There are 6 type of joins majorly which are there. But first of all, let us study about inner join. Okay. So we'll study about inner join. So inner join is a condition when we want. Can someone tell me first of all what is inner join?
So basically, inner join is like in both tables when you have a matching columns, and when we connect that both matching columns on the same term is what known as inner join. It will not take any majority part from the left or the right, just two common columns with common values from both tables.
So think like this.
It's merge.
Matching the values of both the tables.
You have two tables. Okay.
It's merged two tables.
Yeah. So you have two tables. So suppose this is table A, this is table B. Okay. This is A, this is B. You have some records in table A, some records in table B. And inner join is a table. I think most of you already know, but still, inner join is that join in which we only return those rows which are common to both tables. Okay. This is called common to both tables. This is called an inner join. Okay. So what do I mean by common to both tables? Can someone explain me?
The columns in A table will matching in table B.
Yes. So what can happen? Remember, we talked about whenever we create these matchings, we saw that for few there will be a match, for few there will not be a match, right? Technically, we can return everything. In inner join, we only return those rows which are actually returning. For example, let's say these are the two tables. I have employee ID of employee name, department ID and salary, and then I have department ID and department name. Okay. Suppose I want to join them. I want to do an inner join on them. Okay. So how is it going to match is basically sorry. So now first of all we'll need to see which column on which can we join these two tables. Tell me.
Department ID.
Right. So we will be joining these two tables on department ID because there is no other common variable on which I can join them. Right. Now, when I have to join them, I have to see there will be rows. For example, let's say there are some of the rows. I'm just thinking 106, 102. Okay. So let's say there is another row here, 16. Okay, and it has some name. Let's say ABC, and its ID is 121, and it is 20,000. Okay. So what is going to happen that whenever you're going to whenever you're going to merge these two tables, first of all, you will check for 101, right? For 101, do I see any match? So it will return, basically inner join will return only those rows for which I find a match between these two columns. Okay, so let's try to understand it in more detail that what exactly will come out. So let's say this is my table. Let me just copy it here. Okay, and this is my other table. I will copy it here. Please focus very clearly, right? This part is, those who know it's good, but it's very important to know these concepts because so what will happen whenever I'm going to join them? Okay, so they'll be joined on department ID. So let's do one thing. Let's move this department ID little bit here. Okay, I'll move this column here. Let me delete it here. Okay, so I have these two columns here. Now remember, in SQL the joining operation will happen row by row. So first of all, I'll go for the row number 1. Okay, row number 1 will check 101 in all this table. So do you see any match for 101?
Yes.
You see that, right? So what will happen for 101? I have a match, right? So technically I'll get this 101. So this will come into my when I do an inner join, I will get that result. Okay, so this will come here. So this is my first row of inner join. Now let's see, does 101 match with anyone else?
No.
It does not match, right? What if there was something like this?
It will make another column with department ID.
It will add
101.
another column.
Yes. So the number of time it matches in this table, it will return everything. Okay. So let's say what is going to happen. Suppose it matches once again. So now it is returning 101 finance. Is it clear? Now let's try to read about 102. For 102, it will return only one row. Correct? So this is 102. And for it, it will return marketing, for example. Now let's talk about the row number 3. Tell me what will be, will there be any results? So what I'm writing down here is inner join results. Okay. What is the condition inner join? That
Both the values should be there in the both the tables.
both values in both tables, right?
Yes.
In both tables. Basically, when there is a match.
Yeah.
Now tell me, I got for this, I got for this. Now tell me for null.
No,
will
we
there
will
be a
not
row
get.
in inner join for null?
It won't take.
No.
It won't.
Yes or no,
It will
guys?
skip.
No.
No.
Will it add any? So for example, it does not match with anyone. So will it return me any row that just basic one with blanks?
No.
No.
Will this be there? Something like this will be there or not? Tell me.
No, no.
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 So it will not be there. Remember. Okay. This null will not come. So for 104, 103, I will see. I'm just doing it a little bit quickly. And 101, it will also come. So let's say. So for 104, it is HR. Okay. 103 के लिए क्या है? It is IT. Now for 101, see, it is repeating again, right? Now if you see, there's duplicate here as well, there's duplicate here as well. Now tell me, will this match with, because I already had a match with 101, will this one come here or not?
Will come.
Yes, will come.
Yes.
But 101, I already had a match for 101.
It
These
won't come.
101 again match with that
It will
101.
again match. It does not matter because SQL executes row by row. Okay. So what will happen? This will come once again. Okay. Now 101, remember, it will match with this as well. Like इसके साथ match होगा पहले. Similarly, ये आएगा यहाँ पे, and it will match with this finance. Is it clear? Similarly, null wala, for example, null wale rows will not result in anything. Correct?
If null is also present in that departmental table, then also it will not match. That means inner
For
join will
example,
not
let's
give
say
the
there is
result
null
for
here.
that.
Example, let's say there is null here.
Still, it won't be matched because inner join doesn't match that. If
Yes,
SQL is
because
not
with the inner join, it will not match. Remember this part.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
That 10101 will come. The Deepika Joshi will come at the position of where Riya Gupta and Pooja Mishra, or it will remain that in this.
It will come in this order. It will come in this order because SQL runs one row by row. First, it will get matches for this row, then it will get matches for this row, then for this row. Okay. ये ऊपर नहीं आएगा, ये इन सब के बाद ही आएगा. जिस ऑर्डर में यहाँ पे वैल्यू लाई कर रही है उस ऑर्डर में ही यू विल सी इन द फाइनल टेबल. Okay.
Okay.
Now this
Thank
null,
you.
will this match with this one? No. It will not match with this one. So there will be no result. Okay. Now 105. For 105, do I have a match?
Yes.
I have a match and the value will be null. But tell me, will this match here? Because I see a null here. How is it matching?
Oh.
How?
It will match, but that records is null.
Doesn't
How-
make any sense. We are
Tell me,
joining on
will
department
these
ID.
Department ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will these two rows match because there is a null here? So will these two rows match?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Guys, you tell me. We discussed that nulls will not match, right? क्या ये दोनों rows match करेंगी? Because यहाँ पे null है और यहाँ पे नहीं है. तो क्या ये null इसके साथ match करेगा when I am matching them?
नहीं.
नहीं. It will match on department ID
We
only.
are matching department ID, na?
Tell me, will I get a row for this or not?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, get the row.
Yes, we will get
This
the
null
row.
has nothing to do. We are matching on the department ID.
Yeah,
Does
exactly.
not matter यहाँ पे null है कि नहीं, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, right? So what will you see in the result? In the result, you are going to see this whole copy down here. Okay. 106. For 106, do I have any match? I don't have any match, right? So will 106 come here?
No.
No.
106
No.
does not exist here, so I will not see there. 102,
Yes.
Again, match with that
I'll
102.
come. It will come again. 102 का क्या था? Marketing, right?
Marketing.
So it will match with this. So just finishing up, 108 है. Do I have 108? Yes. Do I have 109? I have 109. Okay. So I'll simply copy these two and 108, 109. Okay. Because I only had. So this is the result of my inner join. Okay. So how many rows are there in inner join? How will you determine? Suppose I ask you without coding, what tell me the number of matches. So what will you do first of all? So suppose I ask you that without running the code, tell me the number of rows in inner join. So how will you do that? Okay. तो आपको क्या करना है? You have to just read through each of the column one. So you will say, okay, 101 ka how many matches are there? 1, 2. So this will give me 2 rows. This 102 will give me 1 rows. This null give me 0 rows. 104 will give me how many rows? 1 rows. 103 will give me how many rows? Tell me.
1 row.
One row. 101. Now this again will give me how many rows?
2.
2 rows. Null will give
Zero.
me 0 rows. 105 will give me how many rows? 1 row.
1.
106?
No.
0.
0.
0.
102?
1.
1. Null 0, 0, 0. 108 will give me how many
1.
matches?
1. 1.
1,
1.
1.
1091 and then
टोटल
0.
टोटल कितने हो गए? 2 + 1 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Total 11 rows will be there after doing an inner join. Just let me check it. How many rows are there? If you see, I have 11 rows, right? So even without coding, also you can get to know how many rows will be there after inner join. Is it clear? Any doubt? This is very important to know that कब क्या match करेगा, कब नहीं आएगा, कब आएगा, right? So remember this thing, only for null there will not be a match. For others you will see a match. Okay. So this was of the inner join. Got it? Now let's study left join. So to calculate left join, what is the concept of left join? Now we'll study.
Left side will
left
come
out.
everything, bro.
Left join is equal to, remember, inner join
Inner join plus
exclusive to A, means A exclusive, which is only in A, not in B. That is this part. So this plus this is, let's say 1, this is 2. So it is 1 plus 2. Correct? Is it clear, guys?
inner join plus.
Technically left क्या है? Left is basically all the rows which belong to left table will come, right? Everything which is present in left has to come. Remember this. Okay, when we do a left join, everything which is present in my left table, it has to come. So for example, if there are 16 rows, I need to see at least 16 rows. I will see how many rows will come, we will see. But technically, what does it mean? Left join means that inner join, after doing an inner join, I need those rows which are exclusive to A. Is it clear? The concept, the definition is clear. We will see how it works. We will see that. Let's study about what will be the result when I do a left join between these two tables. Inner join I have already calculated, right? this one. Now what I need to do? I need to get those rows which are what?
Not matched.
So we can say like left plus inner join.
Left plus inner join means
Left side plus inner join. Left
what is left
plus-
side?
Left side A
Is the
there.
part that is exclusive to A, that does not belong to B.
Yes, sir.
Those
we
rows
see?
which do not belong to B.
Okay.
So basically it means that once we have done the inner join, let's go to each of the column. Tell me how many rows we have covered in inner join. Have we covered this? 101 is covered, right?
Yes, yes,
11 rows covered. Yeah.
102 is covered.
yes,
Yes.
102 we didn't cover this one,
no,
right?
yes, no,
We didn't. Did we cover 104? Yes. Did we
Yes.
cover 103?
yes,
Yes. Did we cover 101? Yes. This we
Yes.
didn't cover.
yes.
105 we covered. 106 we didn't cover. 2 we covered. This we didn't cover. Didn't cover. Didn't cover. This covered. This covered. This we didn't cover.
Not
So
good.
all things are left. This is
Column
left.
rows will display.
One,
This is left.
2,
This
3,
is left.
4, 5, 6.
For this part, these 3 rows are left, and this is left.
Seven.
Anything else which is left?
Mhm. No,
Now tell me, do I have any match for any of these rows?
no,
I don't have any match for these rows. So basically what will happen, I will get these rows for sure. Okay. So this I will get this, for example, let me just erase it. So I will get 103. I will get, okay, this null, because it didn't match. Now, so this is inner join. Now in addition to this, I will get this. Okay, then I will get this part. Okay, then I will get 106. Okay, then what will I get? These 3. And then I will get this. Okay. And tell me, because will I get any other row? Because I have covered every row, right? One which could match with this, I covered in inner join. Those which were left, I have covered them here. Is it right? Will I see any duplicate for these rows?
no, no.
Why?
It's not duplicated. In
Duplicate as in, because what, like for example, I'm seeing duplicate for 101. Will I see any duplicate for these?
No, these are the left out from the left table.
left
Yeah,
side.
because these are left out. They didn't have any match, so they will not get any matching. They will never have duplicates, right? And what will the value? What value will come here? You will see blank here. Okay. You will not have any match here. You will simply get blanks here.
Null will come,
No.
no, I guess.
Small.
No, I mean some put null, some just give blank. Depends upon the SQL database you are using. Like a lot of time it populate null, lot of time it does not. So depends upon your database. Okay. So
No.
this, yeah.
It's a small question. Like, will it replace under this above table, or it will come under the table? Like, in real time.
In a
When
new
we
table
are-
will be created.
Yes, but I'm asking like it will include under the table, or it will separately hit like you have posted right down.
It will come like this. Okay, you will not see which is inner join. You will, in the query, you will not see which is inner join, which is outer join, which is left join. You will just see the results, and even they will not come in this order. They will just come in random order.
Random orders. Okay.
Okay, I'm just showing you to basically differentiate.
Yeah, understood. But in real time, how it will come? Just asking.
Randomly. It will come randomly.
Okay.
Okay, so this whole is your left join. Okay, how many rows, how will you determine how many rows are there in left join? After you
All
left out,
16
after
rows.
so after you left out, suppose you, how many rows were there in inner join? 11, right?
Yes, yes.
So in left join, you will see this is left, so this is 1. This is left, so this is 2. This is left, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are 7 rows. Okay, so the left join will have 7. So total left join will have 11 plus 7, that is equal to 18 rows. Is it clear? We will also see them in next class by running a query, but right now this is how it is going to work. Any doubt, anyone?
No, bro.
Okay, now just 2 more join, then we will finish the class. Yes, because nulls in left table have no matches, they are also, yeah, I mean, see, remember the concept of left join. The concept of left join says that you have to get everything which is present in the left table. You cannot skip anything. Okay, so there are 2 type of thing. Those who got a match, we got them through inner join. Those who were left after inner join, we got them here. Is it clear? Now comes the concept of right join. So right join is just like whatever, see, it is not merging. I mean, merging basically means horizontal. Whatever is left in the table, it will add to this. Yes, technically, yes. So after inner join, whatever is left in the left table, it will just add that. Okay. So first of all, it will do inner join. After inner join, whichever rows are left, you will just add them to this. Is it clear?
So we can say like inner join plus unmatched rows.
Inner join plus unmatched rows of the left table
Yes.
is equal to that's what I mean. Left A exclusive. What does it mean? Inner
Okay.
join plus exclusive to A. What is exclusive to A? What is unmatched rows?
Yeah,
Basically.
unmatched rows. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
Now similarly, you can have right join as well. Okay. Now right join is just like left join, just that now your right table will become your left table become your technically right table. So what will happen now? So what is right join? Right join is
inner join
inner
plus
join plus right exclusive.
right exclusive.
Right? It is inner join plus right exclusive, or you
Not
can say
bad.
B exclusive. So let us go to this. So just let me write it down. This is my inner join. This is my left exclusive. Now I need to create right
Right.
exclusive.
Yes.
Okay. So for right exclusive, what will happen? This is the right table. Okay.
Yes.
Now tell me, for 101, did I had any match?
Yes.
Yes.
We are having
Let's write down for one right table. Okay. Sorry, I just need 10 more minutes, then we'll wind up the class. Okay. So what is happening? For 101, how many matches will come? 1,
1.
2 matches will come, right?
Yes.
So technically, inner join we have already written down. Agreed? Inner join we have already written
Yeah.
down for right table. So we will skip the inner part. Okay. Inner part we have already done. So what all rows are left after inner join? Tell me. Is 101 covered? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
102 covered? Yes,
Yes.
it is covered. 103, it is
3
covered.
Yes.
covered.
Yes. Yes.
4
104,
also covered.
4, 5, 1 covered,
1.
7 covered, 8 covered, 9 covered.
110 and null not covered, I
110
guess.
is not covered, and null is not covered, right? So these 2 rows we will have in the right. So which rows are exclusive to right table?
110 and null.
110 and null.
And null, right? So these two rows are exclusive to basically
13 records.
yeah. So these two are exclusive, and what will you get here? You will get blanks. Okay. So
it will show right side, bro, on left side.
I mean, when you do right join, yeah, it will show, sorry, right side. Just sorry, my bad. So you will get these rows as blank. Okay, here, suppose. So these rows will be blank. Just give me a second. Is it not deleting? Okay, it's fine. Right now it is blank, and you will see these two rows. Okay, so this is how your right join will look like. So basically, this will be your right exclusive. How many rows are there? Two. So how many rows are there in the right join?
11 plus 2.
11 plus 2, which
Plus
is equal
2.
to, which is 13. Got it?
Yes.
And one last type of join, I mean, two more joins are there, but I will cover them in next class. Is called full join. So what is full join? If I go here, full join is this plus this plus this. So it is inner plus left exclusive plus right exclusive, which is equal to 11 plus 7 plus 2, which is equal to 18 plus 2, that is 20. Okay, we will see this while executing code as well, but this is how things are going to come. This is how you will see the output after each of the join.
Bro, another one small question.
Yeah.
How we will know this left or right table? We need to select.
That's upon that totally depends upon you how you want to write it down.
Okay.
You can choose as per your convenience. That's what I'm saying. Did you get it?
No.
I mean, see, left join is right to join as well, just that tables are reversed. Suppose you take this as left table, this is your right table, and you do a left join. This is the left, this is the right.
Upon our situation, we need to choose the right or left.
Yes, it depends upon your situation.
Okay.
Generally, we keep the major table at the left, and the things which basic columns which you are getting from somewhere else, we keep them on right. But again, it's up to you how you want to choose. Okay, so these are just theoretical part of joins. We will cover the practical aspects in next class.
Sure.
You can see basically this question is asked a lot of time, that how many rows will be returned after left join, right join, and you will be given some rows in the table. I also have a video on YouTube I've created on this topic. You can also refer that. But I hope this concept is clear. Main thing is to determine what match will result true, what match will result false. A null will never match with a null, but a blank will match with a blank. Those kind of things you need to remember. Okay, so that's all from today's class from my side. Let me know if you guys have any doubt. Yeah, otherwise you guys are free to drop the class. Yep. But yeah, I mean, rest is, guys, you need to revise. I mean, most of you didn't know dimension and fact table, which is not a good thing. Again, I cannot force anyone, but please, it's your decision. I mean, as simple as that. So
sure.
Yeah, guys, so that's it from my side for today's class. Let me know if you have any doubt. Otherwise, we'll connect next week.
Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
In advance.
Any special offer is there?
Which offer you want? Which offer you want?
For us, for
What offer? Like, I'm not selling anything right now. Website access you have, course you have already purchased. Rest, I'm not selling anything right now. If you want, I can give additional assignment. Like, if you want, as
no need. Till now, we didn't complete it at all.
yeah. So complete those assignments, right? Those are pending. So we have joins. We did the theoretical. I will let you know. Right now, there's not going to be any new course for some time. But if something comes, I will let you know. So, what I was saying, we covered the joint theoretical part. Then we will do the joint practical questions in next class. Then we have to study window functions. After window functions, some basic things are left. Then we will do performance tuning. So 2 to 3 more weeks are left for this course. Okay.
Bro, this is the first batch, or any other batches are there for you previously?
SQL, I did a SQL advanced batch earlier, but what happened that we did, I think we covered a lot of classes, but then people stopped joining in live sessions. So we didn't continue then. But this is the proper SQL course for the first time I'm doing.
Yes, the two Sunday 19 members presented today.
Sunday last, yeah. So generally, I'm in group class. I generally do personal classes, right? But like few candidates are there who take personal classes from me. I do that. Group classes I don't do much. This is one of the group classes. I will have more group classes later on, but for next couple of months I will not have any course. Advanced SQL I don't have right now. Once I launch it, I will let you know.
Bro, anything you launch, please advise us, because you are giving a good knowledge. Seriously.
Thank you. Yeah, I will definitely. I mean, I'll post it in group that whatever new course I'm launching. First of all, I have to launch this website properly. After that, I'll see what course I can. Python course. See, Python course. Some decent level of Python is already present on YouTube. There is 50 hours of course I've already created for free on YouTube. Or for live Python classes, maybe I will launch a course in the year, like in coming 2-3 months, because these 2 months even I have some office work as well, so I cannot commit time to any course. But once those things stream down, then I will start some course.
Hello, Satvik.
Yep.
When will we can say that the whole website will be fully working in?
Yeah, पूरी like with competition वाला part तो February 28
No,
तक
no,
होगा.
no. No, that's the thing. Only that video solutions and even the
Yeah, video
answers.
solution में तो 5-6 मिनट लग जाएंगे सारे आने में. Let me be very honest, because I'm recording it, right? For example, there are going to be 1,000-2,000 questions. सिर्फ SQL को जैसे आप SQL का देख रहे हो वैसे Python का भी होगा, ठीक है? तो
Yes,
now
yes,
video
but
solution
I'm
only
no
I'm recording.
like
So
the accuracy level that today I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, today I saw my mistake that what's wrong. That's why
So
I'm saying.
those things will be added in a couple of months, in 1 month maybe, right? Like you will see every question updated. Test series will be there. There will be custom tests. There will be proper test series as well of 30 or 50 tests will be there. Then you will get feedback as well. So those things will be added in a month or so. I'm adding them gradually because like as more people use, load increases. I have to cover a lot of things. But yeah, but in 1 month you will see a lot of improvements in the website.
And sorry for today. I have asked that.
I'm not against you, yaar. Because simple सी बात है. I mean, nothing against you, to be honest. I just mean to say that whenever you're I told this in yesterday's class as well, that for example, दो लोग just listen to my point. 2 लोग हैं, सेम 2 लोग 1-1 घंटा प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, बट एक का इंटरव्यू क्रैक हो रहा है, एक का नहीं हो रहा, ठीक है? कुछ तो डिफरेंस होगा ना, राइट? द डिफरेंस इज सिंपल that how you approach the questions, right? And that's why I taught you structured way. अब for example ये join जो मैंने अभी आपको पढ़ाया ये वाला ऐसे ऐसे एक टेबल करके, मेरे को इसकी जरूरत ही नहीं थी, मैं सिंपल कहता कि अच्छा ये क्वेरी होती है select a dot star left join done and this is the result, right? Why did I teach you this way? I taught you this way so that you remember how does each matching happens, right?
Actually, everyone say like that only, bro. How you said just now. No
Yeah,
one
I mean,
will
I could have
explain
simple
like
run a
this.
query
Yeah,
that simple.
that is the difference, right? I mean,
No one will explain like this.
yeah, nobody is like the structured way, just like you said, right? So I've literally watched many YouTube videos, but they are just the stereotypical concept, the basic things they will teach, and most of them, 90% of them, they'll say the kind of same thing in the same way. Like
Yeah.
you will just find the same thing, but this way, the structured way in which people will understand, and who you are like not going ahead unless and until everybody's doubts are clear, that thing nobody will do. And that is why we are like that is why it gets disoriented, like how many videos we will watch, like ek ka nahi pasand aata hai, so then we'll go to
And
other, we are
you cannot like
jumping.
keep on watching more and more videos. See, there are जिस चीज का लॉजिक है, सिंपल सी बात है, you should understand the logic, because in interviews people will not straight away ask you what is left join, right? People will ask you complicated questions that okay, what if left join है मेरे पास blank है तो क्या करोगे, right? So unless you understand those concepts, you cannot answer those interview questions. So that's why I try to keep it this way. But main thing is that, see, me teaching you something, एक part है, but you remembering this all as well after 2 months down the line, that is also important, right? And that you can only learn when you practice through the way I'm telling, कि structured way में when you create a diagram, right, yourself. अब होगा क्या, you will start creating diagrams, you will do again for 50 problems, 60 problems. After 50 60 problems you won't need to, क्योंकि वो logically आपके mind में set हो जाएगा, right? But till that 50 60 questions you really need to spend at least 15-20 minutes on every question कि अच्छा ये ऐसे बनेगा, रो बाय रो जाके ऐसे मैच होगा तो ये रिजल्ट आएगा. You need to create those mind mappings, right, inside your mind. Once you create them, decide. For example, let's say एक क्वेश्चन को माइंड मैप क्रिएट करने में 30 मिनट्स लग रहे हैं, इट्स फाइन. Keep on practicing. The time will reduce from 30 to 15 minutes, then 15 to 10 minutes, right? And that's how your coding will actually improve. Because in interview, I told yesterday as well, they will throw complicated questions, and usme whatever you are today, you will perform only 40 to 50% of what you're today. Because interview mein there are a lot of stresses, there's a lot of other factors, right? So unless you have actually understood something conceptually, it will not add too much to your skill. So that's why I was not saying anything personal to you. Sorry if I sounded like that. I just mean to say कि practice in this structured way and you will remember. Okay.
Yeah, सात्विक सीरियसली हुआ ये होता है कि एक्चुअली 8th 9th 10th क्वेश्चन है ना सिमिलर थे, उनमें एवरेज टिकट प्राइस था. मैंने पहले भी वो क्वेश्चन कर रहा था एंड उसमें आंसर आ रहे थे, पर मैंने अब सीरियसली नोट करने लगा कि एवरेज, इट वाज आस्किंग एवरेज, क्योंकि प्राइस कॉलम वहां पे है और उसमें 100 रुपीज या कोड जो डिजिट है वो लिखा हुआ है, तो आई थॉट कि वेयर क्लॉज से हो जाएगा. पर मैंने अब नोटिस किया कि एवरेज टिकट प्राइस लिखे है तो इसका मतलब एविंग भी होगा, तो वो सीरियसली वो जो लास्ट वाला जो क्वेश्चन था उसमें ये प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि उस टाइम भी वो सारे आंसर करेक्ट जा रहे थे, वो जा रहे थे, तो मैं थॉट किया. और अगर मेरे चैट्स में मैंने जो क्वेश्चन वो फोटोज डाली,
मैंने ग्रुप में देखा नहीं, आई वाज स्लीपिंग, राइट, आई डिडंट सी द मैसेज, आई विल चेक इट.
हाँ, तो उसमें देखने से मैंने टैब खोल के चैट जीटीपी पे भी चेक किया. बिफोर आस्किंग एनी वन, आई वाज फर्स्ट ट्राई टू सॉल्व बाय माई सेल्फ. हाफ एन आवर आई गिव द टाइम. I was writing in the paper how to solve that, how the table will be created, and calculating the sum. So after that, I used to go to ChatGPT, and after that, still I asked, but nobody would given the answer.
You can ask, I mean, I just meant you can ask me any number of question. मेरे को problem कहाँ पे आती है? Just यहाँ पे कि if you do not follow the structured way that I am telling you, right? वो मेरे को लगा, but it's fine. I mean, I also, it's fine. ठीक है. See, these things will happen. I mean, to be honest, that you'll practice. कभी नहीं होगा, कभी प्रैक्टिस करोगे, कभी होगा, इट्स फाइन, इट्स अ पार्ट एंड पार्सल. Just keep on doing whatever you're doing good. You will learn. Eventually, in 1-2 months, you will see tremendous improvement in yourself only. I'm very sure.
Yes, I'm trying to do my best. Ki I should cope up with it, but seriously, I was just I have lots of work to. I have to make a
अरे ठीक है,
notes
it's fine
and
यार. मैंने
I know.
additional बनाया. You just post your doubt. If someone is not solving, bring it in doubt class. It's totally fine. So don't mind whatever. I didn't say anything personally to anyone, right? So don't
Bro,
take it.
if you got any job, recommend me also.
Bro, I live in US. How can I refer you?
Not you, bro. That
Okay.
guy.
Can you please start course for people who want to learn Java programming, JavaScript? Because see, Java मैंने last time 10 साल पहले की थी, मुझे भी नहीं आती Java, to be honest. I know Python. Python I can teach, but Java I do not know. Like little bit I know. I can read codes, but I cannot teach Java. I mean, I'm not that good in that. But yeah, I mean, maybe I can recommend someone. If I know, I will recommend someone to you.
This practice website access will be there, right, for us?
It's still 15th. Yes.
15th only.
अरे उसके बाद भी खरीद लेना यार, ठीक है.
Okay.
कोई महंगा
Price
नहीं
कितना होगा
होगा.
सर?
हाँ,
प्राइस कितना होगा एक्चुअली अगर
मैं
करना
आप लोगों को
चाहे?
बताया था, प्राइस विल बी इन 250 to 300 रुपीस पर मंथ होगा, उसी के रेंज में
ओके
होगा.
ओके
इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू बी एक्सपेंसिव.
ओके इट्स गुड
इतना तो
सर.
अफोर्ड कर सकते हो, आई थिंक यार, ठीक है.
यस यस
वो तो हो जाएगा, उससे ज्यादा नहीं होगा.
बस ठीक है, उतना ही होगा.
बट 200 नेटफ्लिक्स पे खर्च कर देते तो व्हाई नॉट आई 250
ठीक है.
ऑन.
हाँ, तो इतना ही होगा, 250 to 300 होगा, ठीक है. थोड़ा यार मतलब मेरे को भी कमाने दो, क्योंकि मेरा खर्चा काफी हुआ बनवाने में, ठीक है. तो
आप चाहिए तो रेफरल दे देंगे सर.
नहीं ठीक है, it's fine. You guys use it. You guys are the first users, right? You let me know based on your feedback. I will improve the website, right? And once it is completely ready, I will roll out in market. So it's fine. And like more features I'm adding, but it takes time. Plus it costs money as well. So let's see whichever way is cheaper. Yeah. Right now everything. So reason why I'm able to provide the subscription for less fees is that I have built everything myself, right? What happens if I go in industry? ये वेबसाइट जो मैं आपको सिंपल एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ. सेम वेबसाइट बनवाने के मार्केट में पता है कॉस्ट कितनी आ रही है? आई कैन शो यू द कोटेशन दैट आई गॉट. 15 to 20 लाख रुपीस की कोटेशंस मिली है मेरे को कि ऐसा बनाने के लिए, ठीक है. सो आई सैट डाउन, ठीक है. मेरे को तो खुद से इसीलिए द मोमेंट, फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू गो टू सम check some major website at least, or even if you get built in India through a normal developer, it will cost you at least 8 to 9 lakh rupees. So करना क्या होता है कि that's why the subscription that you see in the websites, why they are expensive, reason is this only, that उनको डेवलपर की फीस होती है, then they store it on some big cloud server, right? So वो सब फीस को वो cater करना पड़ता है उनको, right? That's why those subscription are expensive. So but yeah, I mean, plus they keep high margin as well. I'm not keeping a high margin right now, but it's fine. So the subscription will be 250 to 300. There will be some additional things as well, for example, which you can buy at little bit additional price. But yeah, whatever part you can access right now, कि question लेके practice करना, video देखना, those will be available in this price, 250 to 300.
कुछ लाइफ टाइम होगा तो बता.
सॉल्यूशन भी मिलेगी उसमें?
क्या?
आप सॉल्यूशन भी मिलेगा?
अरे हाँ, इसमें होगा ना. लेट मी शो यू. इफ यू सी, यू कैन सी माय स्क्रीन, राइट? यहाँ पे व्हेन यू गो टू द क्वेश्चन, यहाँ पे आएगा टेक्स्ट सॉल्यूशन, ओके. और यहाँ पे जब क्लिक करोगे तो वीडियो सॉल्यूशन आएगा. आई हैव ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड रिकॉर्डिंग वीडियोस, बट क्वेश्चन बहुत सारे हैं तो टाइम लग रहा है. सो टेक्स्ट सॉल्यूशन भी होगा. और फर्स्ट आई वांट टू पुट टेक्स्ट सॉल्यूशन, एंड एज समवन सजेस्टेड, टेक्स्ट सॉल्यूशन इंस्टेंटली नहीं आएगा. So what it will, unless you have spent 15 minutes on the question, or you have submitted 3 to 4, at least 2 or 3 answers, this solution will not be accessible, because क्या होता है कि we get patience तो है नहीं हमारे अंदर. 5 मिनट solve
किया. Good idea, bro. That's good idea. Actually, not 2 to 3, like 10 times it will be a good, I think.
हाँ, तो कुछ ऐसा ही, मतलब रूल आई एम येट टू डिसाइड क्या रूल होगा, बट बेसिकली इट विल बी लाइक दिस ओनली कि instantly नहीं, मतलब I just want to ensure that you are actually solving it, कि केवल randomly. Plus there will be few more things. Let me tell you, जैसे अभी यहाँ पे एक टेस्ट सीरीज है, it is mock test coming soon आ रहा है. Mock test will be there even in the live quiz that you give. For example, here you cannot copy things from outside. Like a lot of people, what they do कि ChatGPT से copy कर लिया या कहीं से copy करके डाल दिया, वो सब copy pasting will not be allowed. Okay, and like the moment you do that, the test will close. Okay, so if someone
sir,
किसी ने ये
one more
यहाँ बगल में
suggestion.
ChatGPT खोल रखा है, Ctrl+C Ctrl+V करके रन किया, तो वो पार्ट अलाउड नहीं होगा. Okay, so yeah, please.
सर एक टाइमर बटन भी अगर
टाइमर
add-on
ऐड
कर
हो रहा है.
सकते
आई
हैं.
टोल्ड यू ना, लाइक यू विल सी नेक्स्ट अपडेट ऑन 6th और 7th जनवरी. अभी 3 अपडेट्स और होने हैं वेबसाइट के, तो नेक्स्ट अपडेट इज ऑन 6th और 7th जनवरी. उसमें यू विल सी द टाइमर. ओके, बाकी वो कंपटीशन वाला पार्ट आई एम एडिंग. इट विल, वो फरवरी एंड तक रेडी होगा, बिकॉज लाइव मैच मेकिंग करना इज नॉट दैट इजी, सो आई एम ट्राइंग टू डू दैट. लेट्स सी. ओके गाइस,
एंड वो फीचर लाइक उसके लीड कोड की तरह जिसमें मंथली वो दिखाता है कि कौन कौन से हम एक्टिव, कितने टाइम तक एक्टिव थे क्वेश्चन.
हाँ वो तो कर ही रहे हो. ये जो नीचे बॉक्स बनाता है, राइट?
यस यस दैट.
ये कह रहे हो ना, इसमें एक जगह आता है, आई फॉरगॉट कहाँ पे आता है, कैन यू रिकॉल?
जहाँ पे अपने अकाउंट पे क्लिक करके आता था, आई मीन जहाँ
साइन इन
साइन
पे
इन
क्लिक
किया
करूंगा
था.
ना.
हाँ,
एक सेकंड,
इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोफाइल पे दिखता था.
एक सेकंड.
देख लिया हम लोगों ने सर.
यहाँ पे आता है, राइट?
हाँ
ठीक है, मैंने आई रिमेम्बर व्हाट यू आर सेइंग. प्रोग्रेस कहीं पे आता है, सीन दैट वो एक बना आता है, सो वो भी ऐड कर रहा हूँ. इट विल टेक सम टाइम, बट या लीड कोड दे हैव प्रॉपर डेवलपर्स एंड ऑल दैट. अभी उतना तो compete नहीं कर पाऊंगा मैं, बट जितना पॉसिबल आई विल ऐड. ओके ओके गाइस.
देखिए सर, कुछ लाइफ टाइम एक्सेस होगा तो.
ये लाइफ टाइम वेबसाइट ही बंद हो जाए, मैं पैसे ले लूं, फिर फायदा क्या? ठीक है, तो लेट्स नॉट गो दैट मच अहेड. और लाइफ टाइम सीक्वल करोगे क्या? मतलब तो करो, एक टाइम के लिए करो, फिर छोड़ दो. कितना पढ़ोगे सीक्वल? और भी चीजें करनी है. तो बट आई विल सी, आई मीन सब्सक्रिप्शन होगा, मतलब 1 month 2 month 3 month 6 month, विल सी कितना ऐड करना है. बट आई विल लेट यू नो दैट. ओके,
श्योर.
या बट फीस यही रहेगी, 250 to 300 तक रहेगी पर मंथ.
Sure.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend and a happy new year.
Very good.
Happy New Year.